VIP member today. Man, a little something happened this week. What?
Do tell.
Okay, so it actually was this last Sunday. I was sitting there, I was watching TV, and oh yeah, the fucking Kansas City Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl, baby!
The three-peat is in, it looks like.
Where's the Woo! Kansas City, Burrowhead my ass.
Oh yeah. Well, congrats. You pissed off most of Canada because you eliminated our team.
That's okay. I got something for anybody that doesn't like the Chiefs, okay? Hang on.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Super Bowl bound, baby.
Wow, Bills Mafia is gonna cancel us on X now. Oh wait, we're not even there anymore, so they can't do shit.
That's right. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm going back to KC Live for it.
Fuck yeah.
Being that big crowd in the middle of the fucking... And now watch, it's 50 degrees out here right now. It's a very wet and muddy week here in good old Jeff City because all the snow we had has finally melted. Hang on, I should have used this. It's a Kansas City shirt!
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it, pal. Goddamn.
All the snow we had is melted, and it's just fucking mud all over the fucking place right now. But you watch. Come Super Bowl night, it's going to be fucking freezing again. I'm going to have to be standing out in that bullshit. I heard Florida took a fucking freezing this time around.
Dude, so many other states, like, took some snow, man. I saw, like, it was like Clearwater, Florida was snowing over there or some shit.
I have a hard time feeling sorry.
Atlanta got some too, I heard.
Because like Florida's where all the rich people go, so they in the wintertime around here, so that they don't have to deal with this bullshit like we do.
That's where all the Canadian boomers go to. You know, I'm gonna live here for 6 months. La, 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 la.
Yeah, that's where all of our boomers go to. So it's like, yeah, sorry, boomer. Now you gotta live like the rest of us have to live so that you can have your pension. I guess you shouldn't have voted for Reagan. Anyhow, wow, we were just talking before we went on the air that we have a jam-packed show. Some drama up in our Discord. So if you want to see what that's about, head over to gunsandradio.com, get that invite and slide up into that Discord because it was a pretty funny day.
Oh, hell yeah.
But we're actually getting some Discord from one of our some news from one of our Discord server users today that we'll talk about that separately at the top of the show.
Yeah, we have a lot of shit to cover here. So I think Dustin Bones, why don't we go ahead and roll the clip and hit that intro.
Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for the 327th time, welcome to the Guns and Radio podcast.
Motherfuckers to the show that should be heard. Download on your smartphone the show that you deserve. Streaming fucking bullshit, you know that's what we are. Podcast full of madness, isn't that absurd?
Oh yeah. Well, let's open up with some GNR discussion, because who was it that posted it in our Discord? Was it TS?
No, we gotta give a shout out to our buddy there, JR Rose 84, one of our VIPs.
Yeah, just became a VIP today. I realized he wasn't a VIP. And for breaking this news, I gave him VIP status in our Discord. So if you're ever in our Discord, you notice like most people in here have a red name. Those are the VIPs.
Yeah, those are the guys who treat us well.
It's like the lowest honor you can have.
Yeah, you can't co-own it like us. And there's only one sheriff in town, so
yeah. And
unless he needs an assistant, then we'll see. We got to work into that.
Yeah, well, we need more of you guys to be here before I'll have another moderator. We don't need another mod. That's what's wrong with too many other Discords. I think Rick's is pink, isn't it? Didn't I make his pink?
Yeah, and it's just Rick Dunsford, the only one there.
Oh. Yeah, well, anyway, he called this next story. So why don't you go ahead and tell him, Chris?
Yeah, so recently I've been seeing a lot of the night train packages for this year have been going out and people have been getting them recently. But there's a whole thing of what's going to be in that second, the surprise song in the um that those music boxes that they were shipping out. So the
Yeah.
first
Now,
one we all knew
now,
was the General, and I
now, I
saw
want to
someone,
say,
yeah,
I want to interrupt you for a second. We talked to Rick. I don't know if we did this on air, but this is why I say Rick called it. I don't know if this was on air, if this was just on the phone with me, but I think it was just on the phone with me. It's like, dude, it's going to be Sweet Child of Mine. It was like, come on. They're not going to put monsters on it. And I was like, I know, but let them have it while they can. Let them fantasize while they can. But go ahead. Go.
Yeah, so the first one was the General. I saw, I think, a video of someone actually, like, doing the wind up, whatever. It sounds nothing like the fucking song, but sure, okay. And, as you said, you called it right there. The Nitro exclusive. It's not Monster. It's not any other new song that's gonna be coming out or whatnot that we don't have any freaking clue about. Of course, it's Sweet Child of Mine. So, sing your kids to sleep with that bullshit, you boomers. Read them the book while you do the thing.
At this point, I don't feel sorry for us as a community anymore for letting this band disappoint us as many times as they have.
Yeah,
At this point,
like
it's our fault.
that song's been being milked for 40 years at this point almost. I get it has over 2 billion streams on Spotify, but like, fuck. There's other better GNR songs.
There are better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the latest. That's said that a fucking music box is the latest Guns N' Roses news.
And it's like the lamest fucking thing ever, dude.
I wonder if they're gonna retire and go to Florida. Oh, dude, I wonder what's happening with GNR because didn't Axel's got a house in Malibu? Was he
I think he was okay. I don't know if the fires hit Malibu. 'Cause I
in the
remember there
Great?
was discussion on the GNR subreddit there about it. But I think like he was okay from what I can recall.
Well, that's good.
Or so if that was the case, the tour would have been canceled by now, so they wouldn't be in Europe.
Oh, yes, they would. You think he gives a shit? He's got people for that. Build me a new house.
That is, I guess.
Team Brazil would schedule people to be in the middle of the fire, still trying to build a house.
And they're all just dropping from like smoke inhalation.
That sounds about right.
I mean, it's messed up, but probably true.
They're that incompetent.
Sorry, you only have one master share between the 20 of you, so use wisely.
They can pass it around. It's that Sweet Child of Mine mask. Appetite for vaccination or whatever. What didn't they steal that from Franz and put it on?
Oh, they absolutely did.
Yeah.
I did remember that. Yeah,
That's right. I forgot about that. They stole they stole something from Franz and put it on the official store.
Man. Fuckers.
We love you, Franz.
Hell yeah, that's our boy.
Yeah. Well, now that we've talked all there is to talk about GNR.
That's the only GNR news, kids.
Yeah, but we are going to talk some more GNR in just a little bit. We're going to actually read some of your questions that you've left on Reddit, and we're going to answer them because we're not gatekeepers, man. We love new fans. But let's talk about something else really quick before we do get started too far down the rabbit hole. I want to tell everybody we are on our road to March Madness. And for us, we starting all the way in January with the Tournament of Awesome. I said the Tournament of Awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's so awesome.
And hell, the results are in for round 1, part 1 of the Tournament of Awesome. If I can ever get my damn graphic shits to load so I can show it to you.
Get your shit together.
Seems
there we go.
Always a struggle with us. So these are the results. Hope you can read all of that because I sure the fuck can't.
There we go. So Double Rainbows beats out Soft Socks.
Yeah.
We have Getting a Perfect Parking Spot beating out Building a Snowman.
Yeah.
Cookies beats Memes. That's wild. I don't know. I think memes are fucking cool.
And the rest of you would rather see boobies than get a random text from your friend.
Yeah, we already said I think boobies is like the dark horse. Like that's probably the odds-on favorite. So I would put your money on boobies to win.
Yeah, boobies is doing very good in the Tournament of Awesome.
Yeah.
We over here talking about. You know what we ought to do for this? We ought to like if we ever have a big budget, and we should set up like a Pat McAfee style set. And we over here, yeah, man, boobies is all going all the way.
It's going all the way, brother. Invest in boobies now, stonks.
Who doesn't love some good old boobies?
Yeah, invest in crypto boobies.
Crypto booby. I don't know. I want real boobs.
Yeah, but the coin, it's boob coin.
Boob coin. If you were going to get me to invest in something, that'd probably be the closest. But part 2, ladies and gentlemen, the Tournament of Awesome round 1, part 2 is up and ready for you to vote on right now in the community or post section on our YouTube channel. And in this round, we've got free samples at Costco. Who doesn't love getting free shit?
Oh, those
right?
are awesome, man.
Oh yeah, versus puns. Come on, I make them all the time on the show. We wouldn't have a podcast if we didn't have puns.
Pun totally intended.
Hey, there you go. Exploring a new city. I love doing that. I'm actually going to get to do that right after we finish the Tournament of Awesome in mid-March, and that one's going up against a long, uninterrupted nap. Something I did not get to have before the show today, and I am feeling it.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I'm an old man, man. On Tuesdays, before we do this show, I like to get a good hours long nap, and then I get up, get me something to eat, kind of get in our routine. You and me get on here, we bullshit a little bit.
Yeah.
But this week, it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
But
That's like me, man. Tuesdays, I'm up at like fucking like 5:30 in the morning, so I gotta have a second coffee while we're doing this podcast, so I can like be up for this shit.
Damn. Yeah, see the sacrifices we make for you folks.
Yeah, man. The sacrifice for content creation, it's real, you know.
It definitely is. I'll tell you what else is real. Good hair days, as you can see. Chris Caputo always has those. I never do. That's why I'm always in a hat.
I could use a haircut in a couple weeks. You know, I'm thinning summer up here, so a trip to Turkey for a nice hair transplant is in my future in 15 years. So,
well, don't come to America.
Well, I don't know. If you go to Turkey, set you up in a 5-star hotel and for 2 weeks, and they give you a nice hair transplant. Sweet.
Oh, well, there you go. Let's see. Good Hair Days is going up against Plot Twists. Don't you love a good plot twist in a movie?
Especially if you're a M. Night Shyamalan fan, or I think they're called Shyamalaniacs.
Shyamalaniacs?
Yeah. Shyamalaniates?
Yeah, well, that one's for you, Shyamalama
Ding Doniacs.
Shamamama. Amlon Shamanamama.
Shambhala Balala.
Oh,
speaking of movies,
the whole episode is just going to be us going, mama, mama.
The tongue's just flapping.
We talked one time about doing an old episode. Well, the whole thing, we talk like this.
Sorry, hi,
let's see. Also, we've got listening to your favorite song on repeat, which I'm guilty of from time to time.
Yeah.
And versus learning a new skill, that one seems to be deadlocked right now. So you guys might want to go and break that. We do have one big tie going on right now. Friendly cats versus comfortable shoes. That one's going to come down to the wire, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see. Match 6, a spontaneous adventure with friends versus board games. Who doesn't love both of those? Smelly good candles. Come on, right before sex, you light the Yankee candle. Come on,
get your Bath and Body Works 3-wick candle out. And, you know, it adds aroma to the room, or like, you know, especially after the sex when you have the scent and musk of, like, you know, fluids around.
Oh man, that is probably the most unsexy part of sex.
No, bad.
Yeah. Let's see. And Smelly Good Candles is going up against a hot shower on a cold morning.
Oh, that's a tough one to beat.
That one is going to be a tough one to beat. I think that one might even be on par with boobies there. It'll sure be an interesting second round. And finally, in match 8, we've got a pen that writes smoothly, something I do not have in my life right now, and so I miss it, versus plain and simple puppies.
Oh, dear, puppies.
Not those kind. It'd be funny if it came down to boobies or puppies.
Oh, goddamn, King, would you shut the fuck up about puppies?
So
I'm trying to
tournament,
commentate some wrestling, you fucking asshole.
I'm going to tell you, man, if your wrestling show doesn't end with Jim Ross just absolutely losing his shit,
Yeah, I'm going like old man on this. What the fuck is wrong with this shit? I'm tired of bullshit. It doesn't even fucking matter anymore. Oh.
If Jim Ross is not absolutely losing his shit at the end of a wrestling show, and that's not how it goes off the air, you did not get a good show.
Yeah, and he has to call every woman on the roster Jezebel for some reason. How the damn Jezebel?
Oh man, that's a Southernism, is what that is. I've heard that a lot. So yeah, those are your Tournament of Awesome matches for this week. Go ahead, those up. Round 1 will be in the books, I guess, on Sunday. That's when I did it last time. Here's how long you got to vote. When I post the next batch, I screenshot the results and take down the old batch. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. So we'll say Sunday. That gives you what, 4 days?
5 days.
5 days.
4 or 5 days, roughly. So yeah, we gotta wait till Sunday because we gotta watch the Royal Rumble this Saturday. So
yeah, 100%. And speaking of voting and shit
and all that fun stuff, we do have some results from last week's Fantasy Rock Draft.
Well, we got to get into the Fantasy Rock Draft. I just got to get my shit together and make it do the thing.
Come on, do the thing.
Oh, God. See, I put shit in folders so it'll be easier for me to find, and then it's never easier for me to find.
Yeah, this is like that one Family Guy cutaway where, like, Peter brings an Asian kid instead of a calculator. He says, do math.
Oh. That's fucked up.
Come on, do math.
All right. Fantasy Rock Draft.
Fantasy Rock Draft. We're building our teams with legends and risks. It's a rock lover's dream. Chris picks his players. Dustin picks his two.
That's me.
Who reigns supreme? That's up to you. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And as Chris mentioned, we do have some results for you from last week's Fantasy Rock Draft. Best songs for a life of crime.
Ooh.
And with 64% of the vote, I finally won another one.
The streak continues for Dustin Bones, it looks like.
Yeah, with my team of Breaking the Law, Wanted Dead or Alive, and Jailbreak. Won 64-36. Your team was Midnight Rambler. I Fought the Law, which was a very good pick.
Yeah.
And Psycho Killer, another really good pick. That was a good Fantasy Rock Draft there. We had some great picks. And hopefully today we'll have even more great Fantasy Rock Draft picks, because our subject today is worst things about going to a fucking festival. Because if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a goddamn festival. They sound fun on paper, and you get real excited. And it happens to me every time. Get real excited. We're going to a festival, man. Oh, yeah, can't wait. And then you get there, and then reality sets in. And you remember, oh, yeah, festivals freaking suck. But Chris won the coin toss today, so you get the first draft pick. What is your first pick for the worst thing about going to a festival?
The one thing I think everyone can agree on when it comes to festivals, bathrooms. Everything to do with bathrooms in general. You know, cleanliness, lines, availability.
Those fucking blue porta potties.
Yeah, they just line them up in a row like it's, you know.
And people fuck in those. Can you believe that? Like, how bad do you got to be tripping to want to have? How do you even get hard in a fucking porta potty? And especially like in August when the shit and piss is just sitting in there boiling and the steam is coming up.
Well, you know how they get hard. It's just you got to do ecstasy. It makes you horny as fuck. So that's it. You know, pop some E and you're going, "Woo," you know, whatever. Who knows? If you're that horny, you'll be like fucking in the middle of the goddamn floor.
I don't know. My girlfriend can like walk past and barely brush a titty up on, and I'm ready to go. So, you know.
Unzips. What?
And then she leaves me standing there, and I'm over there like, "What? Come on!"
Why are you fucking teasing me? I'm walking over here.
Like every erection is the last one. Hey, what?
You're killing my sperm count here.
Come on. Oh man, I know what you mean though, dude. There is no situation where going to the bathroom at a festival is a pleasant experience. I will say river ports are not that bad because they're indoors. They're right there by the water, so it's like you might as well, while you're getting some water, go take a piss. And then they got like 80 urinals. Now what sucks is that they don't have the little divider, so you got your dong watchers right next to you.
Yeah, that's why I gotta really go like, you know, pelvis first into it so no one sees your dong.
Oh hell no! I go in with both hands on it. I'm like, yeah.
Or you like lean in. No, sorry, that's what I meant. You gotta lean in, kind of like
I lean
I'll
back.
show you visually like this, so you know, like you lean in. Almost like you're in like a slight squat.
No, this is what I do. See, hang on, let me move the mic. I lean back like this, and then I go both hands.
Oh, that means you're just wanting to flip it out to everyone. You're just like, here's my hog, bro.
And then when everybody's looking, I'm going. But no, that's a very good pick. A good first round ringer there. My first round draft pick is shitty weather. It is never good weather at a festival. Ever. It's always either raining, fucking cold as balls, like what was that, Highway 77 or some shit route?
Oh, was that the oh fuck, where's that?
The one that Guns N' Roses played at and everybody froze their ass off in the tents all night that actually went to that shithole.
Oh, no, that wasn't Louder Than Life.
No, Louder is Louder. I've got a story about Louder that'll probably come up. No, Louder's sucked fucking too, but oh damn. And dude, from my experience, it's always like, okay, so Rick and I went to River City Rock Fest one year to see GNR, and it flooded. It fucking flooded.
Oh my goodness.
And when we got down in front of the stage, the water was up to my tits.
Whoa.
Within 2 hours, it was bone dry. And we stood there with no water or anything, because if you leave the front row, you can't get back in. And so, yeah, we just had to fucking tolerate it. And yeah, dude, that was the night I passed out at the GNR show. That was my time. Rick's got one, and I've got one. I've had to carry his dead body around. He's had to carry mine. Well, let's be real, he didn't. I woke up. What happened was I passed out. Like I just had a bad feeling. Something was bad wrong. And I told Rick, like I put my hand on Rick's shoulder, and I got the words out of my mouth, like, "Hey, bro." It's like it was just a feeling of dread. And I put my hand on Rick's shoulder, and I was like, "Bro, something's bad wrong." And he's like, "What do you mean?" And that's all I remember. So right then, when he said, "What do you mean?" I passed out, and I went down, and I woke up to 3 big dudes trying to pull me over the barricade to take me to medic. Well, Guns N' Roses was setting up. I'd made it all day in this bullshit. So I wrapped my arms and legs around that fucking barricade, and I wouldn't go in no fucking where. I said, hell no. And they started threatening me and shit. And I was like, dude, it's going to take a lot more than you motherfuckers to get my fat ass off of this. I mean, if you're going to take me, you're going to take the whole fucking barricade. And I don't think you're prepared to do that.
Oh my God.
So then they kept saying, you're going to have to leave or you're getting kicked out. I'm like, no, I'm not. What the fuck?
Fucking leaving.
Okay, then pick me up and take me out, motherfucker. Yeah. I weigh 320 pounds. You are not going to take me out of here if I don't want to move. You skinny ass. So they left, and I thought I'd won. And then another guy came over in a suit, and I was like, "Oh, here's the promoter." So now he's going to try to threaten me. And I was going to sit here and argue till the music started, and then I was just going to drown them out with GNR. That was my plan. They wasn't getting me out of there. And so it was the doctor. They went and got the medic, and the medic gave me these little gummies that tasted just like gummy bears, and he made me eat. There's like 5 or 6 of them. He made me eat all of them, and then he made me drink a whole bottle of water. And then he gave me another bottle of water and told me to sip on it the rest of the night. But something good came out of it because they hadn't brought water, drinks, or anything to the front row the whole fucking festival, which is a fail on their part.
Yeah, that's incompetence. That's fucked up.
So then they started sending people down with water bottles, passing them out to other people. Because I guess somebody else had passed out too. So, yeah, it's always shitty weather. And then you've got the opposite of that, where it rained, like at Minerva, where it fucking rains until it's fucking mud. Dude, you ever walk through mud till your shoes get like this tall from all the mud caked on the bottom of it?
Oh yeah, I've had rain affect during the festival. Even some to like other couple festivals I went to. I remember one they had canceled the whole friggin' first day of the festival because of rain. So that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So whether it ruins the experience there or it cancels the whole day, and you're like, well, fuck, there goes half the price of my ticket that I paid for this fucking thing.
Yeah, and I have never been to a festival and just had decent weather. So that's why weather is my first draft pick. So what's your second draft pick on the worst things about going to a festival?
A lot of things, there when you're there, you gotta kind of suck it up and pay for things. One thing I said, overpriced drinks, whether it's water, alcohol, any of that shit, man.
Yeah, I can agree, man. Because first off, you shouldn't be allowed to charge that fucking much for water. I get it in a bottle, but you should at least be required to have a fucking water station, which most of
a lot of these do. Yeah, they can bring in like certain types of water bottles. They have like the refill stations. Some of them are okay, but at least like there's something.
Oh yeah, they're always hot water is what you get out of them.
Yeah, after a while it's just
but it's better than being thirsty. So
it's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I get what you're saying, dude. I paid $20 for a little glass of whiskey. And then who wants to fucking drink at a goddamn I don't see how they make any fucking money. It's 150 degrees. Who wants to drink?
That's why you pre-drink.
No, if I pre-drink, and I get drunk, now that I know what the weather's like outside, even if I've paid, if drunk Dustin's paid for the festival ticket, drunk Dustin, if sober Dustin's paid for it, drunk Dustin ain't going to the fucking festival. He's going to find something better to do. I'll go to a karaoke bar or some shit.
I mean, you don't get too drunk. You just have a couple, get a nice little buzz, whatever. And then...
Now, I'll do Eddie's before a festival. That's where I have my fun is, or I'll smuggle in some weed. I know at Louder Than Life, they just let us sit on the grass and smoke weed and nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, you're not harming anyone. Who gives a shit, please?
Yeah. Well, I don't even smoke weed anymore. As I've gotten older, I find it harder it's hard on my lungs. It makes it hard to breathe. So I just do edibles, or as I like to call them, Eddies. Do some Eddies and go to the festival. But
there's another one from our buddy Bailey here. Dumbest thing is not allowing people to bring in water. Went to a club venue in Tucson. They made me throw out a bottle of sealed water. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, if it's sealed in a water bottle, who cares? Like some plastic water bottle you get from like a Walmart or some shit.
That's
what
fine.
am I gonna do? Throw a bottle cap at the asshole in the fucking front row or something?
No, what they're doing is they want you to throw it away so you'll buy their $10 bottle of water.
That's so stupid.
And what you do is if you ain't got no money and you pass out, sue the fuck out of them and own the festival then. Yeah. And if I owned the festival, I still wouldn't fucking go.
Yeah.
Have somebody else. I'd have people for that. But I'm going to tell you, I think the heat really leads well into my next worst thing for a festival. My second draft pick is when your balls and crotch get all chafed.
Oh, fuck. From standing all day.
Dude, that happens to me at every fucking festival.
Your legs are like fucking rubbing like this, like fucking two horny teens in the back of a car.
Yeah. So it happened at Louder when I went and saw GNR at Louder, I was walking around the end of the day like a fucking crab. Like I had my legs as far apart as I could get them, and I'm just crab walking everywhere.
Walking like Zoidberg.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. But the worst one was at Rick's Festival at Minerva, man. I got so fucking chafed at Minerva. It's a whole thing. That whole Minerva story is a story in itself. But getting to the part where I got home and I peeled off my underwear and I felt like I was taking a layer of skin off, is how, because my underwear, I'd sweated all in them and then they dried in the night and then stuck to my body. So I peeled them off and it felt like I was taking off duct tape. And so I laid down and my everything from the bottom end, like here's your balls, right? From the bottom side to the asshole. It just felt like it was
right in your gooch, basically.
Was just on fire.
Oh.
And so I had this oscillating fan in my bedroom. So I'm laying on my bed. I got my legs up like this, like a pregnant woman giving birth.
Like at the gyno, bro.
Yeah. So I got my legs up like this right here, butt ass naked. And I got the fan, and I grabbed the fan, and I just
hold it right over your fucking.
And I was sitting there like, oh God. And for that brief moment, it felt so good. And then the worst thing that could happen happened. My bedroom door swings open, and there's my dad. And my dad opens the door and he goes, like it took him a minute to get what he was seeing, and he goes,
trying to register. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you could see it in his brain. And I was there with the fan. I was like, Dad, just go away. Please just leave me alone. And he goes, well, did you get chafed? And I said, yes, just please leave me alone. And then my dad comes in and he gets like right down on his knees. Like, I can't be that bad. And he goes in for a better look. And this is when I knew something was wrong. This is my dad's face. Okay. He goes in for a better look and he goes, and then he goes, oh God.
Oh my God, you get like a PTSD, like war flashback.
Yeah, he had the biggest smile on his face getting ready to make fun of me, and then I just saw it transform into this look of sheer horror. And he goes, I'll go get you some powder for that.
Been there, done that, son.
And then at 11 o'clock at night, my dad drove 45 minutes up to Walmart and back to get me some Gold Bond. I did not ask him to. I didn't know what the hell he was going to do, but he got the cooling kind. And he was like, try putting this on, put a towel down. And then he went from like he went from ready to make fun of me and just ridicule me mercilessly to going into, okay, we got to take care of this. He went straight into dad.
Yeah. Dad mode. It comes back, you at least expect it.
And I was a grown man at that point. Anyway, yeah. So for that reason, balls and crotch chafing is my second draft pick for the worst things about going to a festival. So that brings us to the final round. Chris, what do you got?
So my final one is a tricky one. So this is my final one would be sort of I guess schedule clashes, especially if you're going to a festival with multiple stages and they all each have their own daily lineups. And one artist you want to see is playing in the main, and the one other guy's playing on a side stage. And they overlap or they're playing right at the same time. That's all I'd say. More like scheduling clashes. That's always the worst because you can't with these festivals. Like there's all these artists too. Like especially if you see some of these like EDM festivals, they have like fucking 150 names on there. Yeah, you can't see everyone. It's impossible. It's literally impossible.
And then you're putting up with all this bullshit, and you don't even get to see everything you want.
And it's like, can I get to see this set in time and this, that, and it's like you end up never being able to, check everyone else off your list. You're always going to miss something. So that's my third and final one. Is like schedule clashes.
I'll say one of the good things about Louder Than Life is the two main stages with the biggest bands on them are side by side. So while
Yeah.
I might not be in the front row for every band I want to see, they're playing on the stage next to it and they still show it on the screens
Mhm.
in front of the stage that I'm at. So
Yeah, a lot of rock festivals do that. I think like when we were young, had like the two big main stages, two side by side, so they switch
yeah,
on and off. It's good, especially for like a lot of these bands who need their own sort of load-ins and their own sort of equipment. They get it set up on one side, and then you
yeah.
know, it's a neat idea. I like it. I think a lot of European rock festivals do that too.
And that leads right in, I guess, to my final pick. It always sounds like shit. Like you
Oh,
go
that
through,
too. Sound bleeding everywhere, man.
yeah. And Bailey says Sick New World last year main stages were side by side. That's the only way
Yeah,
to go.
a lot of those festivals that they're on the Vegas festival grounds there, they do like the two main side by side.
But if I want to see a smaller band like Dirty Honey, they're going to be
Yeah.
playing. Like you're going to have to leave your spot in line, especially if
Mm.
you got. Which, by the way, at festivals, I've long given up being in the front row. Fuck that. I'll sit in the
Nah.
grass and watch on the screen. But it always does. It always sounds like utter shit. And like you said, everything kind of bleeds together. If one band starts across the field, and then, you even if you're sitting right there in front of the giant speakers, you can still hear the other bands kind of bleeding in,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
always a
never
big problem
can.
too.
And I guess I don't know. Do they just not sound check at a festival or something? Like,
Like you got to sound check really fucking early in the morning because these festivals start like at 11 a.m. to like right at noon. You
well,
know,
I've never had one that didn't sound like shit. So
yeah, that too. Especially if it's an outdoor festival, the sound's gonna travel fucking everywhere. You know,
yeah.
that's the thing too.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our picks for the Fantasy Rock Draft. Worst things about going to a festival. So just a quick recap. Chris chose porta potties,
Bathrooms.
bathrooms in general, overpriced drinks, and scheduling clashes. I picked shitty weather, ball/crotch chafing, and they always sound like shit. So after the show, you'll be able to go to our community section and vote on what you think is the worst part about going to a festival. What do you think is the worst part about going to a festival? Let us know in the chat if you're watching live, in the comment section if you're watching the replay. And for everybody on Spotify and everywhere else, hit us up on our Discord. Tell us your
Yeah.
festival horror stories because we're sure you got one. If you've ever been to a festival, you got a horror story. There ain't no such
There
thing as a
is
good
definitely
festival.
one. There always is. At least everybody gets one. You know, as Spider-Man would say.
Everybody gets one. Well, if you've ever
Tell him,
been
Peter.
to a
Everybody gets one.
yeah, I just hate festivals, man. And I'm done. And I mean it this time. God damn it! I'm
only going for one day. That's it. Not even.
unless We Were Young comes to St. Louis, Missouri, I am done with festivals.
Even that one's insane too. It's like you can't see everyone in one day. It's like all these bands would be able to be like headlining, you know, their own fucking stage at any other random festival.
Then go on tour, motherfuckers. Why are you people not touring? There's obviously a desire to see you. My Chemical Romance won't fucking tour, and I can't get it. And
They technically are, but like their tickets are even overpriced too. Like
bullshit. They play 3 shows in California a year. That is not a tour. That's going out in your
no, they're actually
backyard.
coming. They're actually doing some shows this year, stadium tour. But like I was even
Really?
looking at the prices for shows in Toronto because they're playing at our stadium here in Toronto, and it's way too overpriced. I said, "Fuck that shit." I'll see if the prices drop close to the date, but like I highly doubt it. It's nuts, and people were pissed about this too. Dynamic pricing is killing the business. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, they'll either figure it the fuck out or we'll go watch the other cover bands and bars play your songs.
I'll pay someone $20 to film it and I'll watch it while they upload it on YouTube or something. Fuck that.
There you
Bootlegs rule, man. Keep the bootleg community alive.
Well, your dynamic pricing sure is doing it.
Yeah.
Bailey says, I'm going to that in Vegas this year. I think he means We Were Young.
When we were young. Yeah, that lineup is fucking nuts, dude. You're getting a reunion of Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco?
Panic at Disco. They're playing their entire debut album front to back. Which would be pretty cool. And also
Yeah.
Blink 182 is there, but like, I don't know. Even their
No.
tickets were fucking stupid expensive when they reunited. I was like, I saw them for way cheaper when Tom wasn't there. And I showed
me
you the
too.
pictures and stuff, and I was like 10 feet away from Mark Hoppus singing Down right in front of my face.
Yeah, I saw Blink-182 thirds also.
Yes.
And you know what? Great show. Didn't even miss Tom, so I'm glad I went before they got back together.
Yeah.
And Bailey says never believe a band when they say they're breaking.
Example, Kiss. I still don't believe it. They're going to be behind the avatars, aren't they? I'm controlling it through motion capture, baby. I like girls.
Yeah.
Woo.
But the reason that we chose that the Fantasy Rock Draft was going to be mainly festival themed is because we've got some festival news today on the show.
40 minutes in, we're getting to the fucking news.
That's right. It is now time for rock and roll headline news, and here's Chris Caputo.
All right, let's start with some festival stuff since we're talking about it. M3 Festival just announced their lineup. Actually, today, a couple days ago. Hang on, sorry, I have the article here. I have the lineup here too. Because I saw someone share it on their Instagram story. I believe Mr. Frost. He's totally dude, not a chick, by the way.
Yes.
Shared on his Instagram stories. This is actually a pretty cool lineup. You have Sebastian Bach playing there. Stephen Percy and Warren DeMartini are reuniting to perform classic Rat songs. You have a lot of like 80s bands here. Ace Frehley, if he hopefully doesn't show up while he's drunk or something, I don't know.
Let's not go overboard.
There, Winger, Lita
Ford. Like Winger.
Oh, please. Winger were ruined because of that one kid on Beavis and Butthead who wore that shirt, and their career's done because of that. Yeah. Also, that song 17 is just terrible. I don't like it.
Oh, was that Winger?
That's Winger.
That was Poison. Oh, okay.
No. Easy now. Don't be accusing Brett Michaels of things. He's actually decent. But I think like the biggest news from also Steven Adler's playing M3 Festival this year. Hopefully the lights are good for him, so he won't no-show.
I was about to say, I hope they got the lights fixed for the festival.
Yeah, but I think the biggest news of this one, David Lee Roth is coming out of retirement. He's going to be headlining M3 as well.
Oh, nice.
Which is interesting because I know they're re-releasing his albums that he released on Warner Brothers. I know those are getting remastered to being released the next couple weeks, which is awesome because like trying to listen to Yankee Rose on like streaming sucks.
Oh,
because it hasn't been mastered properly. It sounds like so low in the mix.
So, how long has it been since David Lee's been in retirement?
I know he was supposed to do a Vegas residency in 2022. I think he only did a couple shows through, and then like he just stopped halfway through and said, "I'm retiring." Or I don't think he even played those shows at all. From what I can recall, the last time he played was probably when he was opening for Kiss in like early 2020, and then COVID happened.
Oh wow!
So it's been quite a while, and I think he retired, I believe, in 2022. But I think, and we've seen like throughout the last couple of years, he's been releasing his own re-recorded versions of certain Van Halen songs and other little original things that I think he had planned for an album that didn't really come to fruition. So he just released them as singles on streaming platforms and stuff.
Right on. Well, be good to see David Lee come back.
Hell yeah, we'll see, man. If you can, hit those notes still, do some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll still be better than most guys, He's always going to be better than Vince Neil, so suck up on that. And continuing on with festival news, Warped Tour, the 30th anniversary. We finally got some bands, not all of them. We have some. Depending on which the dates you're going to, you may get similar lineups or different people playing in there. But we have so far, I think, Simple Plan, Bowling for Soup. Bowling for Did I say that?
Oh,
Bowling
dude, I'd love to see Bowling for Soup.
They're pretty cool, man. Like I've seen them do just like random covers of shit, and they're actually pretty good. Especially because they're like in on the whole joke that like people think they did Stacy's mom, but it's not them. It's like, yeah, we just record our own version of it, and so fuck it.
Oh, really? I want to get that. Do they got a studio version, or is it like?
Yeah, it's been recorded. It's been like I think they did like last year or something.
Oh, nice. I'll have to.
They're like, oh, people think we did that song. All right, sure, we're gonna do our own version of it.
Yeah, I didn't know that 1985 was a cover though. I learned that on this show.
Yeah, they reworked that. I believe that was originally an SR-71 song, and then they did their own version of it, a much better version, I must say.
Yes.
Because well, SR-71 did a similar song like 1985. It's called Axl Rose, and it's a much better version of that same sort of oh, this someone stuck in the 80s and just doesn't like today's music, sort
Nostalgia.
of like a nostalgia, like sort of like talking about a boomer and stuff. But like the Axl Rose song they did was pretty cool because you actually hear them play some riffs from classic GNR songs.
Yeah, we'll have to listen to that on here one day. We might. What do you guys think? Should we have an episode about Axl Rose SR7?
I think that would make for a good shotcast. Maybe we'll see. I would be down for it. But speaking of, sorry, we went back to Warped Tour. Yeah, Bowling for Soup, Simple Plan's been announced at some shows. Pennywise, The Main. Who else is here? That 311's actually been confirmed for the Long Beach shows.
Hey, yeah, the band that we didn't know what the fuck they were.
It's coming full circle. It's funny. I was just watching the short of that on YouTube before we went on the air. I was like, oh, I remember when we talked about this.
That short actually got a lot of views, so thank you.
Surprise. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, Warped Tour is doing a weird thing where they're only doing three cities, and they're all like at different times of the year. So I have June 14th to 15th, they're in Washington. July 26th, 27th. Yeah, July 26th, 27th, they're in Long Beach, and then all the way in November, they're doing 2 days in Orlando. So it's gonna be the same lineup, I guess, for those weekends that they do it at. Some of the bands might change, but they've only announced like a few so far because like the other like 85-90% of it still barred out and blacked out. We have a few so far, and I think they're gonna keep announcing more. It seems like so.
Well, stay tuned for more updates on that, I guess.
Warped Tour.
What else you got?
What else we got? Oh, here we go. Gilby Clarke just got recruited to be Alice Cooper's guitarist for his upcoming tour. He's basically a fill-in for a fill-in, which is a crazy story. So originally it was supposed to be, I believe, Nita Strauss. I think she's still Alice Cooper's guitarist. And then
I thought she quit.
No, I think she did for a bit, then came back recently. So, she was originally replaced by Orianthi, the Australian girl who was supposed to be Michael Jackson's guitarist before his tour got kiboshed because of him dying.
Oh well.
Yeah, but she was pretty fucking cool. I remember seeing that This Is It documentary when that came out in theaters, and she was like ripping some good stuff. She's a good guitarist, and then due to unforeseen circumstances, she can't make it. So now we have Gilby Clarke in here.
Nice.
So if you want to see Gilby Clarke playing with Alice Cooper, we got a few shows coming up. We're in Augusta, Georgia, North Carolina. There's an Alabama show February 4th, and a lot of Florida shows coming up. So they're taking place between the 31st of January all the way till about February. Actually, all the last ones are actually on a Rock Legends cruise. So February 13th to the 17th. They'll be sailing the high seas from Miami.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, man.
I think I'd still rather have Nina if I had to pick.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But I mean, things happen. At least he's able to find a replacement. But yeah, Gilby Clarke. I mean,
interesting. That's not bad.
You got some, crossover there.
Yeah.
Moving on. Here we go. Aerosmith. Here we go. We have some Aerosmith news. I remember we talked about it, I believe, last week. That Steven Tyler is still recovering, he's still doing well, and it looks like 3 of the 5 members of Aerosmith will be reuniting at Steven Tyler's upcoming Grammys party. So this is a thing that Steven Tyler's been doing, the 6th annual Jam for Janie. So he does like a viewing party, a Grammys viewing party for his Janie's Fund, which provides care to girls and young women who have suffered abuse.
What a missed opportunity to not call it Janie's Got a Fund.
Oh my god! I mean, it is named after the song. It would be perfect. I know, it's crazy. But also this year, the Jam for Janie is going to be benefiting those affected by the recent LA wildfires as well. I know a lot of people have been, setting up donations and stuff for that as well. I know that we have the LA, the Fire Aid, those two shows that are happening very soon, I believe. Big lineups there as well. But yeah, speaking of this Aerosmith reunion, well, so far, Steven Tyler's going to be there, Tom Hamilton, also Joe Perry, so the three members of Aerosmith. No word on if they're going to have Brad Whitford or Joy Kramer there. We'll see. Also going to be there, Billy Idol, Joan Jett, Tom Hamilton, our favorite wig-wearing drumming assassin Matt Sorum, and Nuno Betancourt from Extreme.
Okay, well, that's interesting. What else you got?
I got two more here actually. So speaking of, let's move over to Paul McCartney. Is imploring the British government to protect artists as it considers a copyright law update that he believes would make it easier to rip off creators. So here it says the UK government is currently consulting on proposals that would allow tech companies to use copyrighted material to train AI via text and dating mining, unless the right holders opt out of this sort of thing. And McCartney believes this is result in a loss of creativity, all that sort of stuff. And I kind of agree with him about that. He goes on to quote here, you get young guys and girls coming up, they write a beautiful song, they don't own it, they don't have everything to do with it, and anyone who wants to can just rip it off. Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff going on with that too. Like, I think Spotify even is getting accused of, uploading AI content, and they're benefiting from it. So, which is kind of fucking shady.
Yeah, AI music just absolutely sucks.
Yeah. I mean, this one kicks ass though.
It's just long as fuck.
Hey. That's me.
He's a ninja in the streets, but when he licks his lips, he's a warrior in the sheets. The women all moan to the master of.
I don't want to get us kicked off YouTube doing these gestures.
All right.
Yeah. See, AI doing that stuff is for shit. It's for fun. We don't use it as we're gonna totally release this on Spotify. Unless people want us to, sure, then give us the money. But yeah.
We're waiting until Caputo comes back to America to shoot the Cunnilingus Kung Fu music video.
One of these days we'll get around to it. It's many years in the making. Like that one Guns N' Roses documentary we've been waiting on since '94. So yeah,
it's in a fucking ain't in a vault. It's on somebody's shelf in their closet.
It's been digitized, and it's probably a random warehouse where they store the rest of the shitty GNR merch they hawk at us.
It's in a can with a Christmas tree and
it's in the bin with Axel's Halloween decorations. This Halloween tree, or whatever the hell he puts out. Where that one time he's on Kimmel talking about a Halloween tree.
No, that's a good
idea. Yeah, that's my Halloween tree, son.
I do that shit. Well, I would.
Oh yeah.
Any other news?
One final one here. So a new study shows which bands have the most valuable vintage T-shirts. So this was done by a site called Spreadshirt.com. They analyzed over 84,000 listings of band and music artist T-shirts that are sold on popular resale marketplace websites. Data was collected between December of 2023 and September of 2024. Only included sold listings. So listings are actually sold, not ones that are up or whatever, still, to reflect accurate data and sale value to calculate precise averages.
Can I make a prediction?
Yes.
I think the most valuable are going to be some bands we've never heard of that are punk rock, smaller bands that did this shit on their own. But you go ahead and we'll see if I'm right.
Yeah, so I have the top 10 for here, and then we can break it down after by band and by genre, which they do as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a Grateful Dead Panther tour tee from 1994 that is number one. It went for $2,750.
Oh yeah, them Deadheads like that shit.
Yeah, there's an In Utero Nirvana tee number 2 is $2,000.
Yeah.
Number 3 and 4 go to Bjork. Interesting.
Fuck.
Again,
That's not music.
some people it is. I don't know. Soundgarden tour shirt from 1989 went for $1,350.
Damn. I guess I didn't
Kanye
know Sound.
West, Kanye West late registration tour tee sold for 1,300.
He bought that.
Maybe that was from like one of his very first tours. Late registration was like his first or second album.
Kanye was on 2 separate eBay accounts, driving up the price on his own.
Knowing him, he'd probably do that. The guy's crazy. Number 7, a Prince tour tee from 1993 sold for $1,299.
I'll see that makes sense.
Yeah, it's from an untitled tour tee. It's just like a picture of him, holding the microphone gun and shit.
Are these single shirts or are they like
Single shirts? These are just the top 10 tees
average?
that they found in the study.
Okay.
Another Bjork shirt at number 8. Number 9 was the Metallica Load tour tee, and I'm surprised this one's rare because who would want to wear the shirt of an album cover that's called is this the one that was with blood and piss or some shit? The artist,
What?
it was Load and Reload. The artwork was made by the same artist, if I recall correctly. Someone can correct me in the comments here or wherever. I believe one of the paintings this guy made was called like Blood and Piss or something, and the other one was made with this like blood and semen, and he just mixed it together and called that art. I'm like, okay, we're letting any whack job with a needle and a crystal meth addiction make art.
Well, there is one news story you forgot to talk about.
There was?
Yeah. Wigwam.
Oh, I'll get to that. That's our best for last. I still got more tour tees here. Because Guns N' Roses does place, if you break it down by band, they are technically out of the top 10 right in the middle. Guns N' Roses at number 5.
Okay.
The average resale value of their shirts go for $188.
Damn.
And if you break it down by genre, they're number 3 in rock, behind Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana.
Okay.
And other people on the list, you have Green Day, Pearl Jam, Oasis is up there. Those prices are going to go up now because of the reunion.
They'll be
Pink
famous.
Floyd, Ozzy, Metallica, and AC/DC.
Yeah, those are
So
good.
we're out of shirts. So yeah, that's my bit on that. But also, yes, we saved the best for last because we got some new Wigwam, baby.
All right.
Yeah, I know they've been teasing this all over their socials. We've been seeing it here and there. I believe, Human Fire just came out this past Friday. I believe this past weekend. I think it was released on the 23rd. They released it a bit early.
When was that news album announced? There was a show that was announced.
I know they're doing some European dates. I think they're doing the Monsters of Rock cruise, I believe, this year.
Well, they announced a new album on a show somewhere on the internet.
Yeah, they did. When we interviewed the lead singer there, Mr. Augustin Nielsen, he did announce a new album. They were working on material, and I know they've been posting updates from the studio recently. So this is the first one we've gotten here, Human Fire. But it was worded weirdly because it says it's part of a compilation album. So I don't know if it's like the first single for a new album. Well, I guess we'll see later on,
Yeah.
what happens. But we have a new song and a new music video to go along with it. And the song's pretty good, actually. I heard like the bit of it, the clip they posted on their Instagram of it, like the chorus. This chorus sounds like a Wigwam chorus. And I'm like, I am all in for this shit. So fuck yeah. And please stream it and check it out because we love those guys.
Yes, show them your support because they have shown us much love far beyond just the one appearance that Aga done. He's shared our stuff with his audience.
Oh yeah, when we talked about when their last US tour, a couple of those shows had to get canceled. I know we mentioned that in one of our news segments, and they reposted us on their Instagram, which is fucking insane to me still.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times they've done that at this point.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were reposting, but yeah, they've been good to us, so let's be good to them, man. I love Wigwam anyway, man, and just the fact that he came on and was excited to be here.
Oh yeah, very excited to be there. Loved it.
Oh man, yeah, we love Wigwam here, and
we love our Norwegian boys.
Yeah, and obviously we love GNR. It's kind of an abusive relationship, but we
it's on and off,
They all right. So
The sex is okay, I guess, but like the rest of the stuff is a little hard to tolerate. But then you just go at it in like 5 minutes. You're like, oh wow, I'm relieved.
All right, you can leave now.
I just called you an Uber. Get dressed in 5 minutes, you slut.
I'm not calling Fernando an Uber.
He's just gonna call his mom and get him picked up. Mommy, can you give me a wine?
Anyway, we've decided that we had a lot of success with this bit before our Christmas break. You guys seem to enjoy it, and we're going to do it again. Let's answer some GNR questions. And we pulled some questions off of Reddit.
Fuck yeah.
And I made a shitty PowerPoint, so let's do it. Let's answer some questions. We are not gatekeepers here in this community. We want everybody to feel welcome, and there's no such thing as a stupid GNR question for us. So you ask it, and we're going to answer it. So let's see what we got up first. Okay, so this one they reposted from a looks like a Led Zeppelin.
An AC/DC subreddit. So these are ones I see that get reposted like every sort of musical subreddit.
Yeah. And so it's like the studio version is for those of you listening to the audio version, the studio version says, meh, it's all right. And then the live version says, holy fucking shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What Guns N' Roses song is this? I've got one right off the top of my head.
I would say, depending on the era and like who's in the band playing it, I would say if you're knocking on Heaven's Door during the Use Your Illusion era, just because I don't have to hear the stupid Axl voicemail part, which I still don't get to this day. Yeah. Why is that in there? It's talking about some old jackass and the libido mortician. What the fuck kind of rambling is that?
I don't know.
Was he on shrooms doing that part too while he was making My World?
I thought it was from a movie or something.
Oh, was it? Oh, because it was in Days of Thunder, I guess. But it sounds like Axl's doing it. It doesn't sound like Tom Cruise.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know a lot about Heaven's Door. I personally don't like that song. I don't give a fuck if it's live or not. I'm going to skip it. To me, Night Train all day, dude. Night Train live.
I feel like it hits both ways, though. It's great on the studio version.
It is great. It's Night Train is great in the studio version until you hear the live era version, and then it's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, I never listen to Night Train on Appetite. I go straight to, like, if I want to hear Night Train, I go to Live Era every fucking time. For me, it's Night Train. And like I said, it was a great song up until the point I realized it was so much better live. Now, for Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night, easy, hands down, was kind of shitty on the album. Let's be real. And then the live version came out and gave that song new.
They added a guitar solo. And that's what gave it a whole new coat of paint on that thing.
Yeah. And made it the legendary song it is now.
Yeah. That was my idea. Paul Stanley's idea to put a solo in there, baby. No one else. It's my idea. Stop taking my ideas, Gene.
I guess I can't think of another one. I would rather be there for Live and Let Die than listen to that. On the album any day. Same way with Patience, but I'm still not going to say that they're like, holy fucking shit, it's mind-blowingly awesome. Paradise City is really good live because it goes from being like what, a 3-minute song to being like a
Paradise City's like 6 minutes, bro, on the album. It's like 6.5 minutes.
It's like closer in real life.
Well, yeah, because they gotta, wheel Slash off, or else you'd shred that guitar for another 20.
But I think my answer.
Hurry the fuck up! The pyro's already gone off. Axl threw the mic already.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's gonna start a riot again. Damn it.
Bailey says, "Welcome to the jungle." I can see that.
Depending on the era, because Axl would always give you a very good intro,
Yeah.
You know where you are? I was in the middle of the fucking jungle, babe. Yeah, about to die. No.
Yeah.
Like, you get good intros like that. So I could see, yeah.
Let's see. All right. So, what would you pick for GNR? Songs you love, but you think that could be produced better. I got an easy one on this all day. Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, all day long. I think we can pretty much both agree.
I think
Oh
we
my God.
unanimously agree on that one. Because even Axel said like years later, "Oh yeah, it was just like a demo version that we rushed to get out, so it'd be on the soundtrack of that shitty Schwarzenegger movie."
And it sounded like shit.
Oh, I mean it's okay, but then you hear like the remember there's like that leak of like the '06 version that they had Bumblefoot put his guitars on.
Dude, that was epic.
It was okay. I don't know. I think with, the lack of music that we get in this, sort of GNR community, when you're so used to hearing one version of the same song, it's kind of like that's like your own headcanon.
Yeah.
So like it's sometimes a little bit like disappointing when you hear like a new version of it. It's like, but like
You
it was
just
still
wanted to
okay.
take a lot of people, I think, when it comes to listening to the leaks, wanted them to take what was already there and just make it better.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Even like hearing that weird '06 version of Silkworms that slash absurd whatever is kind of like, eh.
Which, for that matter, it wasn't released, so I guess I wouldn't count it fairly like I would. Oh my God! But
Mhm.
if we're going that route, I would say Crash Diet would be the next one. I would probably say if we're going to include unreleased material, because that demo of Crash Diet sounds like shit.
Yeah, but I believe that was originally just like that was a Wes Arkeen song, and he was shopping it around. So there's like, I think he just had Axl and the guys just record like their own take on it. It's kind of like how like Prince would record like his own version of the song, and then like give it to someone else, take his vocals out, and just like have someone record that. So they have like sort of a rough demo.
So is
Like
that
a
how
guy, like,
Wildside ended up with it?
yeah, it's like a guide track. So then Wes Arkeen, it was his song. He wrote and did all the stuff, so he just sold it to I think one or two different bands. I know Wildside, Asphalt Ballet did a version of it as well.
No, I didn't know about that.
So I believe because Wes Arkeen was primarily just a songwriter. He did a lot of co-writing credits with a lot of GNR's early work. I believe a lot of On Appetite, some on The Illusions as well. But he also like would sell songs to other bands and such.
Okay. Well, there you go. Looking for GNR quotes / lyrics for my husband's eulogy.
Oh, there's plenty
Um,
for this one. I mean, I can.
actually took the time to write some down.
We have a list.
Well, if we're going with quotes, we can do some Axel quotes. Get that guy out of here.
Are you listening to me, Mr. Security Man? It says, "Are you listening to me, whoever's guarding the gates of heaven or whatever? Are you listening to me, God? It's me, Margaret."
King Dick.
Not in this lifetime.
I've got suck my ass.
You can suck my ass because you're so low class.
Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. You had a good one before the show.
Oh, you want to step into my world?
Oh no. The other one.
Fuck.
Pussy
Another
full of
one.
maggots.
Oh, pussy full of maggots. Yeah, isn't that absurd?
Let's see. She's buried right in my backyard.
Yeah. You used to love her, but I had to kill her. You could use that as a quote.
Yeah. And I also got found a head and an arm in a garbage can. And I don't know why I'm here.
No, that's what you put on the death certificate when it's like, cause of death.
Ready to crash and burn.
I'll never learn, Live and let die? Or is that one of those?
Well, we asked ChatGPT to pick out some for us, and this is what they came up with. They gave us 10 of these, and according to ChatGPT, they said, here would be your 10 worst choices. And number one is you're 1 in a million. Yeah, that's what you are. And then it says in parentheses, it starts off nice, but yeah, let's just not go there.
Even ChatGPT is like, we don't want none of the smoke from this song. And then I realized that's still in our wheel, so we're fucked.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Stuck it in the needle and I shot it in the middle. Oh man. You're fucking crazy. It says may not be the best.
yeah.
Oh, I had one and then I lost it. Oh well.
Oh fuck! I was gonna say.
Ain't it fun when you tell her she's just a cunt?
Oh, on a see you next Tuesday.
And then it says I used to love her, but I had to kill her.
Mhm.
With a whore I could have loved forever. From Bad Obsession.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
I don't worry about nothing, no, because worrying's a waste of my fucking time.
Oh, that's what I was gunning for. Thanks, ChatGPT. Read my mind.
Oh man. Let's see. I can't stop thinking about sinking
Down into my hair. Yeah.
down into a grave.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Woo.
Why do you look at me when you hate me? Let's see. Nothing lasts forever. That one says it
guess.
might be a little bit too much on the nose. And
I mean, yeah. So if you watch the music video, it's definitely on the nose.
yeah. This one says I'm going to leave this world for a while from Estranged, but yeah, that's not from Estranged, so I don't know where the fuck it got that from.
That is. I don't recall hearing that.
No, that's not from Estranged at all. Anyway, there you go. There's a few GNR quotes and lyrics for your husband's eulogy. We hope that helps.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have asked Reddit. What's a GNR deep cut that you love?
Ooh, deep cuts. So we're talking from anything here.
Anything.
Trying to think. I'm like, so
For me,
yeah.
I mean, go ahead if you've got.
No, you go ahead. Yeah, I'll let you go.
I'm gonna say probably one of my favorite songs that nobody ever shows any love or appreciation for is "Think About You."
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty deep cut. I mean, that has been played since probably 02. I think, because I know back then the set list was very Appetite heavy.
Yeah,
So.
I love "Think About You" and "Dead Horse." I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
"Bad Apples." You never hear anybody talk about "Bad Apples" being a good song, but how does the lyric go? Your laundry could use washing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hang it up all over town, and Hollywood's like a dryer when you're down on Sunset Strip, and you'll be sucking down the Clorox till your life's so fucking crisp. Come on, that's a great lyric.
Yeah. A couple of mine. I'm trying to think. Like, Use Your Illusion 1 definitely has some deep cuts. Right Next Door to Hell is just a great intro for that album.
Yeah,
which is great.
it is. It
even
just hits you right in the face as soon as the album starts.
Yeah, I even randomly, I think on shuffle, like the Garden, that one song with Alice Cooper came up, and it's not too bad actually.
Yeah,
that was a pretty decent one.
I think you can look to Chinese Democracy for a few of these because I think Catcher in the Rye is a very underrated, beautiful song.
For sure.
Prostitute is an amazing song that nobody ever shows any love to.
Yeah, that's one of their better closers, I'd say. Like closing tracks on an album.
Yeah. So Bailey's adding to the conversation here. He says Dustin Bones, The Garden, and Anything Goes. Those are really good.
Locomotive. Yeah, Locomotive. Sure. Cool Ranch Dressing. Or is that pretty tied up?
Oh, yeah, I didn't see Locomotive. No, Cool Ranch Dressing is pretty tied up.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Pretty tied up. I love
Pretty tied up.
Yeah. And I like
that. Leather. How about that?
Black Leather.
That's one of the best covers on the Spaghetti Incident. Don't fucking at me.
Dude, I love that song because of what you and me have done with it.
Yeah, dude, we went through, I think that was very early in the very first season. I remember we went through both facts about leather or something. and then we stumbled upon something about how to clean cum off your leather couch or something. And we were just dying.
We were figuring the show out at the time. Here's Franz is contributing for the funeral quotes. He says, "Get in the ring, motherfucker, and I'll kick your bitchy little ass." There you go.
Well, there's no ring to get into unless it's the ring of fire.
Well, you could climb into the coffin and just beat the shit out of them if you really want.
That's true. I'm a zombie, bitch.
Okay. Has anyone here actually ever played or owned the GNR pinball game? And what did you think of it? Well,
we both have played it.
And there's actually proof of that if you go to our season 4 finale, season 4 finale,
Yeah,
or
and like
just go look
we
up the Ghost Vlog.
yeah, I was gonna say we've uploaded as a separate thing the Ghost road trip vlog. That was finally, doing the whole in
I
person thing.
I don't know if it makes a lot of sense in the vlog because of the way we edited the footage, but Chris
Mhm.
Caputo actually won the game. Now, granted, I played one of his turns because we didn't figure out how the turn system worked until
Yeah.
I'd already played one of his turns, and that's probably got a lot to do with it. Everybody knows I am a pinball wizard.
Ooh,
It worked
since
out
you're a young
Caputo's
boy.
favor. So yeah, Caputo actually won our little tournament, our little pinball tournament. We came to the weed store that day. I don't know if we've ever told this on the show or not, but
I think we have.
we came to the weed store that day, which is where the pinball lied at. And I happened to notice it because I was buying some extra weed because I knew Caputo and all of them were going to be in town.
Yeah.
And so I saw the Guns N' Roses pinball machine there. So I brought everybody up. And then we come in, we show our IDs, and then the attendants after like an hour come over. Are you guys going to buy anything? Or are you literally just here for pinball? I was like, we are later, but no, we're here for pinball. So when they heard that we were just here for pinball, they opened up the machine, flipped the switches around, and then let us play for free as long as we wanted.
That was free. That was fun, man. That's a fun ass pinball machine. I'm like, oh, if I ever get rich enough, maybe I'll see if they still have any left.
I think what makes it for me is the video clips that it shows.
Oh yeah, and speaking of the video clips,
Franz says, I know a local guy who invited me over to rip out the videos that were on the latest pinball machines of ours. Do prefer the classic though. Well, so I guess Franz has those videos. That'd be a cool
yeah,
get.
send
Yeah.
them our
Yeah,
way.
well, no, we don't do bootlegs, but send them our way.
Yeah, dark web that shit over.
I got a dark web. He's gonna Google Drive it. Like, come on.
Nah, just send it over via VPN. No one will notice.
Okay, so this one's kind of a complicated question that I have to read two long things for. Would you rather be in Izzy's position or in Slash's position? And this is what they mean. Izzy is a talented writer who has written several of Gunn's biggest and best hits. He gets the second most royalties out of anyone in the band. He lives a peaceful but anonymous life, now making a passive income that supports him and his family without ever having to lift a finger. However, he doesn't get credit for what he's contributed from most of the people who aren't mega fans. His solo albums never got much attention from the general public. Or Slash, who wrote some of the most iconic guitar riffs in rock history, remains a force in the recording industry, still gets millions of dollars paydays, and is the most famous and respected player in the band. However, he still has to deal with the trappings of fame and dealing with pushy fans, tireless self-promotion, and having to be very careful with what he says because of the scrutiny that comes with being an active member of Guns.
That is a tough one. 'Cause there's like, I guess, pros and cons to both. But like, I think joked once a long time ago on this pod that Slash is basically like the Snoop Dogg of rock and roll. He's like here to do side quests and collect a fucking paycheck and do literally anything. It doesn't fucking matter at this point.
Yeah.
So like in that sense, it's like Slash is just here to have fun at this point. I just think like because he doesn't get like that much because he wasn't as much of a personality. Slash was more out there and doing shit. The top hat was like one of a few things that kind of made him unique. He had a look. He had like a look. He did have a look too, but it looked like a fucking drifter basically.
Yeah. Well, he is.
And, like he's always, yeah, he is. I mean, and you're also like rhythm guitarist. You're not going to get as much love regardless in any rock band,
But
unless you also sing.
I'll tell you, I'd pick Izzy because you show up when you want to show up. When you don't want to, you've got fuck you money. You don't have to worry about anything. He travels constantly. That's why nobody ever knows where the fuck Izzy is because he could be anywhere in the fucking world at any given time. He's a drifter.
Yeah, he's Carmen Sandiego.
I feel like if I had passive income that made me a millionaire that I was never going to spend my whole life like Izzy does, I would also probably be a drifter. Like I would probably be floating around and showing up where I wanted when I wanted. And I envy that because I care about a lot of people who are far away from me. So the ability to get to spend time with all those people, come on, that's the real definition of being rich, in my opinion.
You make a good point.
But younger me would have picked Slash.
Oh yeah, but then like I think after all the excess and all that stuff, it just kind of gets boring.
After a while.
Yeah, you'd be like kind of like fuck this shit, I'm out. You know.
Yeah. But when
So
you're
like,
famous, you can never really say fuck this, I'm out, because then the paparazzi will follow you around and shit.
oh, that's true. Yeah, unless you like really say fuck this, I'm out and go off the grid. You
Yeah,
live
you
in
have
like
to go to, like, South
Wyoming. You know.
Yeah. Is there some sort of Guns N' Roses circle jerk Reddit that I could visit? Yeah. It's called Here Today, Gone to Hell.
Yeah, or any of the old forums that are still active and around.
Happy to help. Well, that was easy enough.
Yeah.
If Richard Fortas were to leave and neither Izzy nor Gilby were going to return and they instead got a new player, would this person have their own looking or would they be another Izzy look-alike?
Well, if they don't look like Izzy, don't worry. They'll go through makeup, wardrobe, and props, and they will look like Izzy, whether they like it or not. At this point,
They tried to make Gilby look like Izzy. They hell, Google thinks Slash is that Richard Fortas is.
Izzy. I still laugh at that because I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh man,
He's just Izzy with like way more tattoos.
I mean, so far we're on our second Izzy look-alike. I don't think the find an Izzy look-alike formula.
You need a third. You got like that Holy Trinity.
Oh, the Holy Trinity of Izzy. Oh, and then they start a band with Izzy.
Yo, Izzy and the Izzies. That's the new Juju Hounds, bro.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. What would have happened if Axel was born in the 2000s? I've always wondered what would happen if Axel and the other members were born in the 2000s. Imagine these guys in their 20s, and what do you think would happen? Would they still form a band? Would they be successful? I don't know, man. I don't think Guns N' Roses works in the year 2000.
No, it doesn't, man. That shit would not work. Like, look at nowadays. Rock is just it's there, but it's not like just the prominent genre anymore.
Well, okay, so a lot of, and I'm going to talk about some fucked up shit here, but a lot of what shaped Axel's personality is some of the trauma that he experienced as a child. These days, with the advent of the internet, people are more aware of these things that happen to him that are happening to kids. And there's support groups, and there's all kinds of government assisted things that are there to put a stop to some of that so that kids don't end up getting fucked in the head by some of that shit. So I think Axel is taken away from his parents at a very, very young age. And because you got to remember, if he was born, let's just say in the year 2000, then he's 18 in 2018. And, like that's it. And would they wouldn't be a band. Some of them might still be musicians, but they would be releasing solo music from their bedroom on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I just don't see it happening. What do you think?
I just don't see it happening either, man. You kind of lose on that like lightning in a bottle moment of appetite for destruction. I wouldn't want to trade that for anything.
Yeah. So going back to some of the old stuff, Ryan says, who gives a fuck as long as he plays like Izzy? Good point.
That's true.
They'll look like yeah, they'll look like a 2001 goth Robin Fink or Paul.
Oh yeah, bald Robin Fink with like one piece of hair.
Yeah,
looks like a demented South Park character.
Yeah. Best workout lifting songs. He said, I already put Get in the Ring, Nice Boys, and Out to Get Me in Reckless Life. Hard School.
I don't know. I would just recommend the entirety of Appetite for Destruction. That works.
Yeah. Well, I don't like slow music when I'm working out. Like, look at me, like my fat ass works out. There was a time before COVID I used to work out, believe it or
Fucking
not.
twat. You fucking twat.
I found Chinese Democracy was a really good one with those angry riffs.
Do like a Shacklers or something in there.
I can't really do GNR because every time I want to listen to them, I want to sing along with the music, and you can't really do that while you're running on the treadmill. So I I always picked like more death metal. I found a lot of success working out to WWE themes. That was some good inspiration there. But I guess with GNR, Double Talk and Jive would be a good one
Yep.
for like, I don't know about lifting, but just like doing jogging or running on the treadmill would be a good one.
Mhm.
Let's see. I mean, welcome to the jungle. Let's just go to basics here.
Paradise City, you close out a nice set.
Yeah, there you go.
That's actually pretty good for cardio because you can do a nice little like run during that like outro. Darren and there. Start like that like ending part and he goes, I wanna go.
Yeah, try to get your mile goal there.
Oh yeah. Hit those KMs, brother.
Hell yeah. Let's see what's next. What are your thoughts on Scott Weiland as a frontman in Velvet Revolver, his history as a vocalist, etc.? Who do you guys think who do you guys think about him? I guess he means what do you guys think about him?
Yeah.
I've seen him as a part of GNR history. Oh, hang on. Before we move on, Bailey's got a good one in the chat. He said, "You could be mine." That'd be a good one.
Fuck yeah.
That drum
Just
solo.
intro drum riff, dude.
Yeah. I can see getting angry at the rant part. When you're breaking out my back.
Yeah.
This is kind of making me want to go back to the gym. I do miss it. I need to sign back up.
Fuck yeah.
So what do you think about Scott Weiland?
I mean, he is technically a part of GNR history for some reason. I did like the first Velvet Revolver album. I love that album. That's a great album. Second one,
Scott's 100%. If Paul Tobias is a part of GNR history, Scott Weiland is a part of GNR history.
Yeah.
If Miles Kennedy is a part of GNR history, which I think he is because of the Hall of Fame, then so is Scott Weiland. I mean, Velvet Revolver is Guns N' Roses with a different singer and bass player. Or
basically
rhythm guitars.
Yeah, it was a rock supergroup, basically. It was, former members of GNR team up with a guy who was pretty famous in the 90s doing grunge music, and they did like some pretty good hard rock for a few good years. I mean, I do like a little bit of the Stone Temple Pilot stuff. I haven't really dig too deep into their discography, but like a couple of songs that they would cover as Velvet Revolver when they would go back into the STP stuff. And we've heard, Velvet Revolver cover some of those songs. I was like, oh, these are pretty decent, actually. And then I listened to the actual original version from like the early 90s, mid 90s, whatever. And they're still pretty good too. And like, I respect Scott Weiland, rest in peace, God rest your soul, brother. Yeah, I think he was a good vocalist. Unfortunate things happen, and he just, his demons unfortunately got the better of him in life, and it kind of sucks when you hear a story like that.
Yeah, I think it is really sad that he did lose his war with the drugs.
Yeah,
but Scott Weiland. I don't give a fuck what any of you internet marks think. Scott Weiland is a part of Guns N' Roses history, and he always will be. And that's just how that part is. But he's no Axl, but I guess they weren't trying to find an Axl. Here's the problem. They were trying to get away from Axl, and they ran headfirst into all they did when they got Scott. And this is the negative side, is they basically, that old proverb where you rub the monkey's paw and all your problems change. All their problems with Axl changed. Yeah. They still had just as many problems with Scott as they did with Axl. They just had different problems.
Yeah.
With Scott. And that part's unfortunate because he was a great singer. I think he contributed very well. I just think at the end of the day, would you rather put up with a guy showing up too strung out on heroin to even perform? Or would you rather at least get 3 songs before the other guy jumps out on the stage and starts beating up a fan as he's being drug away by security?
Yeah.
I mean,
at least he's not causing riots.
I mean, like I said, it's two sides of a coin. It's kind of like, that friend that only dates crazy girls, and then every girlfriend he has, he's just got a new set of worse problems.
Pretty much.
Like that was GNR with trying to replace Axl. And then Miles came along and took away Slash. So
yeah, finally. Slash went through, let's say, 2 singers in Snake Pit, Scott Weiland. He finally, 4th time was the charm, I guess.
I'm surprised they're able to hold it together now, especially with Team Brazil being the ones running the
Well,
fucking
I
show.
mean, Miles is doing so much of his own shit. You know, he's got Alter
No, I'm talking
Bridge,
about Guns
Story.
N' Roses.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Like, you've got the shittiest management you've ever had in the history of the band, and yet somehow they've got their shit together better. Maybe because they're too old to do all that bullshit anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking
Plus,
about guys who are in their 60s now. So
I mean, Scott's not entirely to blame for the failure of Velvet Revolver because Axel was, or not Axel, Slash was still fucking drunk all the time. So was
yeah, I think
Duff.
he relapsed as well a couple times.
Yeah. And God knows what else they were on. So probably weren't the best influence for a guy that's battling some heroin demons and shit, you know?
Yeah, and all sorts of other, addictions and vices, man.
Yeah. I
It's
think
crazy.
my final thought on Scott is Velvet, his place in GNR history. It's got a very sad ending,
Mhm.
but the music, if you just look at the music and rather than what went on behind the scenes, great stuff. Amazing music. Um, Amazing artist. I think Bailey says when he kind of agree in the chat, Bailey's agreeing with me. He says touring, yes, but not so much on releasing stuff. Yeah.
They had a
You
very
know,
good first album. The second album was like, and I
at
think I
this
kind of
point,
hampered them.
part of me is so tired of bitching about them releasing, not releasing stuff that I just don't care. Bailey does say in the chat, he clarifies Duff and Matt relapsed during Velvet
Yeah.
Revolver too.
It was just another shit show, man. It was like the 90s, but a decade later.
Yeah. By the time Velvet Revolver came along, some of the shit they were doing in the 90s and the 80s just wasn't cool
It
anymore.
was like passe. It was like, oh,
It's like,
really?
dude, it's time to grow the fuck up, you
It's
know?
like you keep doing that, you're gonna end up on like a VH1 documentary that 10 people are gonna watch.
Yeah. So, and they did. I mean, to their credit, I mean, poor Scott died, but the rest of them figured out, hey, you know, we need to get, we're fucking grown up. It's time to grow the fuck up and get our shit together. And they
Yeah.
did. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Our thoughts on that. What are the best bootleg shows? Oh, I got a really good one for you.
Ooh, do tell.
If you're showing GNR to somebody who's brand new to the fandom and you really want them to hear a live bootleg to prove how good this band is live, what I need you to do is download Iceland 2000 and I think 19 and let them hear that. And just put the headphones on them and watch their facial expressions light up as you confirm that this is your favorite band.
I
Iceland.
thought you actually was serious for a second. Oh my!
What's yours?
I can name you like 20 shows off the back of my head.
This one's a question for Franz. I hope he's still watching.
Yeah, Franz would know. I mean, he's seen a lot of these sort of like he deals more with the visual side, but sometimes with the audio as well. I don't know. I'm primarily more of a guy who searches for his audio bootlegs. I can put them all in an album, throw on my iTunes.
Bailey's still
Yeah.
in the chat. He says, I've never actually heard that show, but I know you guys talk about it a lot.
I mean, we talk about it for all the wrong reasons, so. But I mean, hey, we still mention it. So.
There's nothing like the look on somebody's face when you play Iceland for them, and then was it 2014 or no? It was 2016.
No, it was 20. Was it 2017? I think it was like 2019, maybe.
I think maybe it was 19.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, I still have to pull that. I think I have it on my hard drive somewhere.
yeah.
Just for shits, I was like, oh.
I love playing that for somebody and reiterating this is my favorite band. And just seeing the look on their face halfway through Chinese Democracy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you like different ones by era. Say like if you want Appetite era, Ritz 87 or Ritz 88, one of those
Those aren't
two.
really bootlegs, though.
I mean, if you're they were at first technically. I'm trying to think. Like
That O2 bootleg we watched was really good.
Boston O2, yeah, because there was actually soundboard audio that was, I believe, ripped from whatever. That's one of the better O2 shows. I know there's like camcorder quality stuff from like a lot of that tour as well. A lot of the Canadian shows. Saskatoon 93, I think, was originally a bootleg, and that was kind of leaked a few years ago. I remember we did a watch along of that.
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years back, I believe. That was like season 2 or 3. I know we did that.
It's in the archives. Just go look for it.
I mean, hell, House of Blues 01 was originally just an audio only bootleg until we got the video of that.
Yeah.
So that was technically a nice bootleg.
I would go for some of the older shit though. If it was somebody, if you're,
there's a lot from the Illusions era you can get, like stuff that was. I think a lot of these concerts were even like broadcast on TV. Some of them were like broadcast over the radio as well in certain markets. So you get some good audio quality from there. I don't know. I'm just much more familiar with a lot of the bootlegs from the Chinese Democracy era of stuff. I always go. I always get a lot of the Toronto shows, ones I've been to and stuff like Toronto 2010. That was a really good fucking Axl show. Recommend that one. I'm trying to think. There's some other ones from that. Oh yeah, Tokyo 2009. That was like the longest one of the longest GNR sets of all time. Yeah, and that was leaked because it was the in-ear monitors. They got the audio from there, and that was leaked. Puerto Rico 2010. That was another one too.
Oh, dude, Bailey's got one. The St. Louis one. Is that the one with the riot?
Yeah, that is. But 91 was Riverport. So I mean, it's a bootleg for different reasons. I mean,
I think that's the bootleg to have, though. If you're going to have one,
that is pretty goated. Yes,
I think I've told this on the show before, but we're 327 episodes in. My favorite gift Rick has given me, just on the hilarity, was he gave me a DVD of the riot show in St. Louis, and then he had, how you can print off the sticker and put on the DVD. He used Axl's mugshot from where he got arrested. And put that on the DVD cover. Yeah,
that's just the icing on the cake right there.
Yeah, I don't even have that like readily available. I think it's locked up in my box somewhere with
yeah. And I think one more I would recommend from the Chinese Democracy area. I know, so you mentioned Puerto Rico 2010. I think there was one in Romania, somewhere in Europe, somewhere like really random in Europe, I think from like 2011. And people say it's another really good Axl show. So.
That one Paris show from 2010?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Even if you find like bootlegs of some of those random like pop-up acoustic shows they did.
That one in Dublin where Axl got pissed and was gone.
Oh, that was, I believe, 2011. Yeah.
And then came back on stage and gave the performance of a lifetime while he sulked and stood in one spot.
Yes.
He wasn't running out of breath. He wasn't Mickey Mousing it. He was sulking and standing in one spot the whole time, but his vocals was amazing. Yeah. And you don't know that if you're just listening to it. So that Dublin show is a good one to add to that list too. What does GNR do when they have to use the bathroom mid-performance? I actually know this.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, hang on. Franz, here we go. I think we was hoping Franz would get in on this conversation. He says, I think Paris is an absolute classic and should have been released by the band years ago. So there you go.
Was that was 92 Paris? That was a pay-per-view, wasn't it, or something?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was a pay-per-view because they had like all the guests and stuff they did. I think, Always on the Run with Lenny Kravitz. I remember they had like Aerosmith. They did like Train Kept It Rolling. Or they did Mama Kim with it. And Train Kept It Rolling. Yeah. That was a pretty star-studded one. They had like special guests and stuff show up. So yeah, I think they released some audio of that too with the User Illusions Super Deluxe things they did. Like on certain, I think when they remastered the Illusions albums, there was like, that was one of the concerts. I think they released a bunch of audio from one of those, a bunch of shows too. Because I know we have, the show, the Ritz 91, I believe it was. That's also another good one. That was not really more of a bootleg. It's an official release now, but that's also another good show to watch.
Franz says he personally prefers Axl's hometown show, which is raw as fuck. And
Indiana 91. That was the first time I think he played November Rain live. That was the live debut of it.
Yeah. So there you go. And listen, when it comes to these, Franz is the expert here. I would definitely take his thoughts into consideration.
Yeah. If you want anything from 87 to 93, that's your guy.
Oh, yeah. Franz knows his bootlegs, man. And so, yeah, I'm really glad Franz got in on that discussion before we moved on. Because now, what do GNR do when they have to use the bathroom mid-performance? So I actually asked this question once to I'm not going to say the person's name that told me because they may still work for the band as a roadie. but they kind of explain the situation to me. So sometimes, like Axel's, not as young as he used to be, and he might have to take a shit. So what he does is that little hut that he sets up on the side of the stage. That
His breathing room in the mirror.
Yeah, well, that's actually he's in there taking a shit. So then Fernando runs in.
He's kind of like it's a porta potty. It's Axel's toilet.
No, he runs in with one of those bed pans. Like, have you ever seen the South Park episode about Warcraft?
Just holding it there. Oh my fucking God.
When Cartman's like,
his ass too.
Bathroom, of course. So
Don't use your toilet paper. Use your hands. You filthy fuck.
Yeah. So then Fernando holds the pot for Axel while he blasts right in the bowl.
Honey.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a big one. Sometimes Betta does that. I mean, but I mean, Betta should do it. It is her husband, so. But yeah, either Fernando or Betta will hold the shit pot, and Axel will go straight into there. Slash wears leather pants, so he just goes right in the pants.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, Duff's probably smart enough. He probably has Susan put a diaper on for him, so he just goes in there maybe.
Bailey in the chat says the Make Love Not Warcraft episode. Yes. When it gets to the when you hear, if you watch that episode, you hear "Mom, bathroom," get ready, because that's exactly what happens in that little.
Oh yeah, I believe they used the Paul Stanley song in that episode.
Oh wow,
Live to Win. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was used in that episode. Or I think it was that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that episode. Yeah, Live to Win by Paul Stanley. It's a pretty good solo Paul song.
And this is another thing people don't realize. Like, Frank's got it the easiest, because what you don't see behind those drums is Frank's actually sitting on a toilet. That's why he's got that big drum thing to cover it up.
Yeah, and like in between songs, there's a squatty potty there, so he just puts his feet, instead of in front of the drum set, he puts it on top of the squatty potty.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like, his bowels aligned with the thing. It goes, whoop. That's it.
Oh
man.
Yeah. I mean, I use the squatty potty too.
Squatty potty's fucking rule, brother. I love it.
So I mean, yeah, there you go. Frank's probably got it the easy, because he's just shitting the whole show. Like, but he also likes to eat the local cuisine, and so when you're in like India and stuff where they just mix shit with their hands and don't wash them, then like,
I mean, if the caterer sucks that bad,
well, I mean, you get what you get. And Richard Fortas actually doesn't pee or poo. So
yeah, fun fact.
And, Melissa also doesn't pee or poo because she's a girl, and everybody knows girls don't do that. So, so I hope that helped answer that question for you. I really should have screenshotted the 36 replies this got.
Oh, I do have this pulled up.
Oh, is there any really good ones in there?
It says, but if so, they just go between songs. The other 5 members just stall. Let's see.
Nothing funny. We're looking for funny shit.
Let's see. Well, Axel disappears about 6 or 7 times during the show anyhow, so it's easy for him to.
Yeah, see, I just told you that's what happens.
And then someone quoted, "Where do we go now?" I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get a Sweet Child of Mine sing along." Drum solos or Slash soloing alone. There you go. That's perfect time.
Oh yeah, I've got time to take one of my notorious hour-long shits during a Slash solo.
Yeah.
So there you go. This joke.
The adrenaline of performing usually stops you needing to go to the toilet. Probably more an issue if you got the runs, but just generally you'd be too hyped to think about going to the toilet. Because yeah, if you have to piss, you just sweat it out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
or this is the best one here. They go for a Slash.
Huh. Well, there you go. Try to end on a funny joke. Yes. Try to end on the on the funniest joke. Yeah. Axel and Melissa, I'm just curious when I ask, and I know there isn't any concrete evidence of it, but what are you guys' thought? Do you guys think that Axel and Melissa are dating, or are they simply just good friends? They're just they're colleagues, man.
Colleagues from work, man.
Listen, Axel is a married man, okay? And he's married to a Brazilian woman, and they ain't going to play that shit. So Betta would have his head, and Slash, who knows? I don't know though, man.
No, Slash has his own girlfriend that he's never going to marry anyways, because what happened the last time that happened. The last 2 times, actually.
I know the last time he did that, he ran out of money.
He's not looking for the trifecta of divorces, Yeah. I think he's smart. He learned from Ric Flair.
He ran
So-
out of money and had to go join a band with people he hates.
That's true.
Make
And he's
ends
like, well, he's like, well, there's no Velvet Revolver reunion happening. So
Yeah, it turns out Apocalyptic Love was supposed to be his last album, and then you know what happened. So now
Yeah.
he can't. He had to go back to work and come out of retirement. He didn't get to retire.
he named the album what it was supposed, whatever happened, his love became apocalyptic.
Yeah, there you go.
Think about it. There you go.
Had,
Also,
that's-
Axel wouldn't be dating people half his age. That's fucking weird.
No, that's
creepy.
bullshit, Bailey. They don't get half in the divorce because of alimony. Alimony ought to go away. If it were the other, if that
If
alimony
there was
does
no
not
prenup,
survive,
yeah.
alimony does not survive a gender swap. There ain't no rich woman out there paying alimony to a husband that she fucked
Hell
over.
no. Look at what happened with Bezos' divorce. That chick got $4 billion. She doesn't have to work a day in her life.
You hate to
All
see
she
it.
gotta do is this, fucking flick beans, bro.
So this guy says, I got the uncensored and censored covers for Lies, and I'm wondering if the uncensored has more value. I have the uncensored vinyl, and I know its value, and I'm wondering if the cassette is similar. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to GNR Lies, the uncensored version is not really all that valuable. It's
Yeah.
maybe the difference between spending $30 and spending 50.
Yeah.
And that's just all there is to it. I own both of them also, but the censored version and the uncensored version, there's not
It's not a huge
$20
difference.
worth. It's kind of like that Appetite band cover is
Mhm.
worth about $50.
Yeah.
And if you really want a Guns N' Roses album that's actually worth some money, the only one that is really that valuable that you're not going to find in a Tom Zutaut locker is Live Like a Suicide.
That
And
one. Even Chinese Democracy on vinyl, it sounds going for like a few $100. That one's pretty out of print too.
Well, I got mine when it was on sale at Best Buy for like
Yeah.
$2.
And I think there was an issue because I was even looking to try and get it on vinyl too, but there's an issue with the American copies. There's like a playback issue with it. So people are going for the European version of Chinese Democracy on vinyl. There's no like playback issue.
I've never had a
skip
playback
between
issue.
tracks. I don't know. That's what I've heard. I've read on the internet, so I'm not sure. But I'm hoping
I've
we get a
read
fucking
that.
re-release of that. Re-release on vinyl, bastards.
Yeah. When it comes to Live Like a Suicide, I've actually bought it twice. I've seen them go for like $5,000.
Oof, jeez.
I paid maybe $1,000 for the two that I had.
Damn.
I still have one of them locked away, but the other one I gave to a friend as a gift. And I'm pretty sure he sold it, but he don't know that I know that.
I have the tracking number. I know where this thing fucking goes. Should you put an air tag on it?
No. Yeah. Anyway, I stumbled across an eBay that had a familiar looking name on it. Which Guns N' Roses member has the best personality, in your opinion? That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Who has been nice? Let's see. This is hard. Pittman was always really nice to me. But I mean, me and Pittman interacted a lot back when he was the man before he fell off the face of the fucking earth.
For you, it's a lot more different because you hung out with a lot of the guys from sort of the mid to late Chinese Democracy era. So you were like tight with Bumble.
Yeah, I think Bumblefoot. When it comes to who's got the best personality, Bumblefoot is probably the one I'm going to go with. But I did have a lot of just because like I can text Bumble today and he'll reply. He might not reply for like 3 or 4 days.
But he'll get to it.
But yeah, if I send him a text message, he will reply, and never fails. And I still get Happy New Year messages from him.
Damn, he's a good dude.
Yeah, like I mean, I still interact with him. When we had we had a couple of guests on the show at one point that Bumblefoot sent to us.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were doing all those interviews that summer, a couple of years ago.
Yes, The Sounds of Summer.
Yeah, one of those interviews was I had never heard of them. I'm not going to say which one unless I've already said, and then I guess you'll have to go check the archives. One of those I'd never heard of, and I agreed before I listened to their music because it was, Bumble asked me to. So
Yeah, and he was producing for them, I believe. I remember you mentioned.
yeah, so Bumblefoot is the one I still talk to. I never hear from DJ anymore. Like I had a lot of fun with DJ. The 3 or 4 times that we did hang out that were like not at a show.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's very good guy. The only reason I put Bumble up higher than DJ is because I actually still hear from Bumble from time to time. When it comes to Pittman, again, I used to, when Pittman was in the band, we would text. Like I could text Pittman on the stage. I was in front row and my phone buzzed, and I looked down and I had a text message from Chris Pittman that just said, "I see you." And
Well,
then
mean,
I looked up from my phone and I did this, and he leaned over that wobbly keyboard and he goes, like pointed at me. So, I mean, Pittman was always like real cool to me, but like I said, he fell off the face of the fucking earth. So
yeah.
I don't know. And, yeah, but Bumble I still hear from even without the GNR connection. He's not going to come on this show.
No.
And at this point, I
Respect
feel
his
like,
wishes,
well, I would be imposing on a friendship to ask again. I've asked, he's declined, and he knows we do this. He knows we're out there. If he wanted to do it, he would be welcome to. And to be honest with you, Bumble in the friend bucket versus Bumble in the fan bucket, I really like him better in the bucket that he's in. And yeah, so Bumble's always been real cool to me, so I got to go with Bumblefoot. Let's see. Bailey said Jeff interviewed Dizzy twice, and he said he was cool. Dizzy was really cool when I met him a couple of times. He always smelled like weed, though. Mike Blakesley's finally here.
Yeah, we had a jam-packed episode just so you can show up an hour and 50 minutes late, Mike.
I know, man. Like, no, we're not even.
We haven't gotten to our song review yet. We still got some Reddit shit to go
What do
through.
you think? I've talked about this a while, but
I would say Bumble, just from the stories you tell me, and I've heard like other people's stuff too. He's like a down-to-earth, cool, humble dude, man.
He's a guy. Like he's just a dude.
Yeah.
You're
in one of the biggest bands in the world, and you're still like, yeah, then the shit doesn't change. Like, that's awesome.
You hang out with Bumble, and when you first come in, you're like, "Oh, sweet, it's so cool. Here comes Bumble," and then after, like, because there's never any urgency in this situation. Matter of fact, if anything, he'll go, "Hey, man, let's go over here and do this thing. I got to do something. Come with me," and something like that. And I don't know if he's like that with everybody, but you forget, it quickly becomes Ron. You know what I mean? Like he quickly goes back into the cool friend bucket. So, and he puts himself in that bucket. So, Bumble's just such a good guy. That's the same question. Okay, and this last one is a video clip that I screenshotted. It says, "Would you like to listen to Guns N' Roses and fuck?" And then she shows her tits.
Yes. If I was single.
I will say she does have nice boobies because I did. Of course, I watched this clip.
Can you send me this for research purposes?
Yeah. For research, yeah.
Yes, for science.
Well, I'll tell you how I found it. I went to Reddit. I didn't type anything in except for Guns N' Roses, and this was like the third thing that come up. And it had the NSFW blur on it, and I was like, "What Guns N' Roses theme?" Because I figured they were blurring the rape cover.
Oh, or like maybe it's like a spoiler alert or something. They tried,
Yeah, but no, I got an eye full. Well, I turned it the fuck off because I was at work. I was on my break when I first saw it. So it came up, and I quickly turned it the fuck off because I knew exactly where this was
You're
going.
tracking my machines.
Yeah. So, well, no, I wasn't on my work computer. I was on my phone.
Oh,
That's why it's all vertical because I
different
screenshotted it off my phone.
very nice.
So then, yeah, when I got home that day, I took this screenshot here because I was like, yeah, this would be the perfect one to end it on. But we're actually not going to end it because you had like one or two that you wanted to.
I have 3 more because like someone on the GNR subreddit asked, "What the hell is a home fuck?" I've never heard anyone else say it. So people, yeah,
I've heard it. I mean,
yeah. I guess it's like a weird phrase on homeboy, like a weird thing on that.
what is home fuck? Home fuck is somebody that needs to get the money. They're a motherfucker that really needs to get the money because I'm really running out of patience.
Yes.
And so
So you double talk and jive then.
yeah, they're usually a double talk and jive motherfucker is what I
Oh,
would say a home fuck is.
so that's like Virgil's Twitter, you know. Get
Yeah.
that meat sauce and fuck money. That's it. R.I.P. Goddamn.
Virgil, the wrestling superstar.
Yes, you $20 grifter. I love
Bad
you.
Virgil meme, man.
Lonely Virgil.
What else?
Legendary.
What was the other one?
So someone asked because they're going to see GNR this summer in Europe. Congrats to you, man. Asked about concert etiquette. What's rude and what's not rude. People said, whatever the fuck you do, don't do anything that might show the security team to be, quote, lame ass. And also someone said, watch in real life, not through the screen of your phone. I agree. Someone said, don't bring a sign saying, where's Izzy? I think you should. But like, why would you? He's still up on the stage. It's just that, you know, he's in a disguise. And his disguise name is Richard Fortas.
Don't get in a fight with any fucking body because if Axel sees it, he will stop the show and kick you out personally.
Oh, yeah.
And embarrass the
Yes.
fuck out of you if you're not too drunk to be embarrassed.
Mhm.
If you're smart and you're normal, you would be mortified by this situation. But usually by the time Axel's like, hey, fucker, you're too fucking drunk to know what the fuck's going on anyway. I wouldn't get drunk anyway. Enjoy the experience. You want to remember as much of it as possible. So
Exactly.
Etiquette. First off, before you come in, you got to prepare yourself, okay?
Wipe your shoes at the door.
Smoke a whole pack of cigarettes. Let's see what else. Even if you don't smoke, buy a pack of cigarettes and start smoking.
Yeah.
Second off, you're gonna need to know how to fight because some drunk asshole.
Well, if you're in the pit, yes.
Oh, dude, I can't tell you how many fights we've got into following this fucking band on tour. I can think of at least 3. Usually security breaks them up pretty fucking quick, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wear a dolphin hat if you're in the front row. Yeah,
especially because during a strange, you know, that's a thing.
100%.
And now apparently, I guess it is. Also, I think we have a definitive definition of the word home fuck, thanks to Franz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. Franz is an elder in the GNR community. So
Yes.
I guess this is home fuck is the product of an incestuous relationship.
Oh my goodness.
Normally that practiced by, quote, redneck siblings the world over. Often used to berate and abuse someone who shows a distinct lack of intelligence. Oh, that was a very well thought out answer.
Yeah. Did ChatGPT write that for you?
Urban Dictionary.
Oh, that too. That's definitely something that you would see on Urban Dictionary, followed by an example. Pretty good one. But yeah, there you go. I mean, we now know what a home fuck is.
Did you have any more?
I did have one more. Okay, here we go. It's 1999. Sorry, 1991. I was going like, no, 1999. Prince is in here, bro. Yeah, sorry. 1991, Guns N' Roses are playing a private concert in your home. What 10 songs do you pick?
Let's do 3.
Yeah.
Let's do 3 and get this over with. That way the chat can participate too. Hey, Franz said Urban Dictionary. It was.
Hell yeah.
So, what 3 songs, if they're going to play a private show, do I want? Do you get to request songs if it's a private show? I mean, if I
Maybe.
paid $1 million,
Did those Russian oligarchs request songs when they got their private show? 20 whatever.
I mean, if I've paid millions of dollars for this fucking thing, yeah, I'm going to be requesting some songs. I'm going to want to know. I want to hear a few. Let's see. I'm going to go Night Train. There Was a Time. And let's see. If I'm paying all this money, yo ass are going to play What the Fuck I Say. So, State of Grace.
I was like, I forgot the words to that. Can you remind me again?
Oh, don't worry. We got them. Here, as a matter of fact, here, let me get my MP3. Let me just get it off my phone. And
Let me just get it off my hard drive.
Man can listen to it. Get this
Man,
together.
when you narrow it down to 3, it is pretty tough, though. But,
Yeah.
hey. What would I go with? Jungle, probably. He's got the home fuck mug.
Yeah, in the chat, Franz says I got the home fuck mug.
Franz, you're killing me, man. Say Jungle, one ballad, Don't Cry, because that's probably one of my more favorite other sort of ballady type songs. And then let's just randomly close out with Estranged. Actually, wait, that's 2 ballads. Hang on, I'm gonna switch that last one.
Oh yeah, and Corn Shucker.
Corn Shucker.
I want if I'm paying for it and I'm paying all this money, I want the first live performance of Corn Shucker.
Say Jungle, Don't Cry, and then play Zodiac 13 with vocals, but plus 1 dB on Brain's drums.
That's gonna be the next. That's gonna be the name of our next season. Guns and Radio plus 1 dB.
Yeah, plus 1 decibel Brain's drums. Plus 1 dB guitar. Guitar solo take 13.
All right, Bailey says Wichita lineman, my world is great. Man, Jesus, Bailey just nailed it.
The Scraped.
Yeah, man.
It's the Scraped. It's not just scraped, it's the.
Play that song, The Scraped.
Do you mean the general? No, God, not that song.
And then I'm going to sit in the back row the whole time at my private show and yell, Freebird!
Play Wonderwall, you pussy.
Bailey says, in serious, you could be mine, perfect crime, and think about you. Yeah, those would be good ones.
Yeah.
Mike says Street of Dreams. That's all he wants, just Street of Dreams.
Street of Dreams, but piano only, and Axel.
You know, I would pay. I think if I had money just to blow, just Axel, you take a piano, you start tinkering with some shit. Let me just hear what you've got. Don't play any GNR songs. Play some shit that you just want.
Bro, just do like Prince's last tour was the piano and a microphone. It was just him playing his songs on piano and singing them. That's it. No band, nothing. That's perfect. You could tour theaters with that.
At one point, Axel said in an interview that if he ever did a solo album, and I can't find the interview right now, but he said if he ever did a solo album, it would probably be more piano stuff than instrumental than rock and roll. And I kind of want to hear that.
I would honestly be interested in that too, because he had some great piano sort of lines and riffs too, man.
I know, man. Axel playing the piano is like that scene in a movie where like the bad kid that's like causing all the problems, and then you find out he's got some kind of like incredible fucking talent that nobody knows about. Yeah, that's Axel on piano to me.
We did get to hear a bit of that in the Village League. I remember there was that one track, I think it was called As It Began, which was instrumental, mostly him on piano, and it had like some like sound effects and like different things mixed in there. But it was like, it was beautiful, man. That was like 3 minute whatever song. It was really, really nice to hear that one.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. GNR Reddit questions is in the rear view, and it's finally time for the main event of the show. Let's check it out. Yeah, this was a jam-packed episode. And this is rare. It's usually only 2 hours when we bring in Jeff.
Yeah, or if it's like a season finale, it's like 3 hours.
Yeah, we rarely have a long show like this, just you and me, but this has been a nice
We're having enough words, been laughing our ass off and shooting the shit, man. This is awesome.
talking some GNR and shit. You know, this has been really fun. Well, let's hit play and let's listen to Highway 49. I am sailing. Oh,
No, wrong one.
it just reminds me of that sailing bootleg.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. But this is better quality.
Oh yeah, 100 times. Well, it was officially released.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is actually a live cover that Izzy's doing. So Highway 40, it's a cover of the song Highway 49, obviously, by Big Joe Williams.
Okay. So Big Joe Williams, is that like blues then?
I assume so. Let me see. Highway 49. Big Joe Williams, unless like an obscure country artist. Oh no, this is blues. This is blues. Highway 49 blues from 1935. Jeez.
Oh wow. So is he gonna be out here singing some Mel Tillis?
Yeah, dude, this could have been on Izzy's version of Orgy of the Damned. You know, he beat Slash to a blues album by 30 years.
Bailey says American Amazing Grace. Yeah, that is Amazing Grace here.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's Amazing Grace. I'll tell you who's got a good cover of Amazing Grace, and you wouldn't believe it. Dropkick Murphys.
Oh.
If you like bagpipe, now I love Dropkick. It's probably right on par with GNR in being my favorite band. They're probably, I would say, equal. Yeah. And yeah, their version of Amazing Grace with the bagpipes is really good. But then you just have to listen to it. That's a conversation for a different podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're into punk rock and Dropkick, then yeah, check out Amazing Grace. You know, Izzy Stradlin is the last person I'd expect to take us to church.
Yeah, holy. I think he'd take us on the road and tell us to get a job.
Wouldn't that be some shit if you snuck onto Izzy's tour bus and then rather than kick you off, he just sits there and makes you read Bible verses and then he starts preaching to you and shit.
I'm converting you away from drugs. Don't live my life, kid.
There's a thing I saw somewhere where this girl snuck onto Gene Simmons' tour bus, and he found her on there, but the tour bus wasn't stopping for several hours, and he wasn't going to stop his tour bus. So instead, what he did was he had these old history books, and so he started talking about like world history.
Bored her to sleep
and bored this poor girl to death with a history lesson for like 3 hours.
You know, goodness God.
Yeah. I thought that was real funny. And you know what? I feel like in that situation, the punishment fits the crime.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't have to deal with this if you weren't here now, would you?
Get bored or get bent. Can't jump out of a moving vehicle, can you? I mean, not of a moving bus, actually.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, because those are on the freeway all the time. They're always on the interstate, so...
Yeah, no way. You ain't fucking with that unless it like stops at a Buc-ee's or something.
Gonna tuck and roll right into another car.
And then that's it. Splat.
Yeah, I think the best thing you could hope for was he let you out at a Buc-ee's. That's like a...
That's literally it.
Best case scenario there. You can tell this is a small venue. Do we know where this was recorded at?
Let me see. So this is from the live EP that was exclusively released in Japan. So this comes from a show that was played at the Tivoli Theatre in Dublin, Ireland, December 18th, 1992.
Okay. Oh, so it was Dublin. Okay, so it is a small venue.
Yeah, he was playing a theater in Dublin. So probably like a few thousand, maybe. Like if it's like a theater, it's probably a pretty small size, yeah.
Found a head and an arm in a garbage can.
Whoops, wrong song.
That'd be some great shit to follow. Amazing
Amazing
Grace with
Grace.
double fucking jive. Get the money, motherfucker.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Home fuck.
Oh, fucker. Oh, now the blues kick in.
Oh yeah. Now this is more up
Like
my
you're
alley,
like
right
Chuck
here.
Berry duck walk going.
Oh yeah. I can easily visualize that too. She's my sweet little baby, and I'm her little lover boy. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I love my baby, heart and soul.
I'll get up in the morning, gonna hit Highway 49. I'm gonna get up in the morning, gonna hit Highway 49. I've been looking for my will, my body's on my mind. I'm gonna stop at the whiskey store, I'm gonna buy me a jug of wine. I'm gonna stop at the whiskey store. I'm gonna buy me a jug of wine.
What whiskey store sells wine?
I don't know. Maybe stopping off at a Bevmo. Total Wine.
Ah.
Total Wine and more. See, I know my American liquor stores.
I'm gonna head out to the highway, called Highway 49. Shouting all about.
Man, I'm digging this though. I mean, this is right up my alley. It's like not even that slow BB King style blues. It's that what do you call it? Good shit.
Very good shit. I'm digging this too.
Good shit, pal. Good shit.
Oh, yes.
Shit. Chocolate titties. Those are Vince McMahon isms.
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, it clears this shit up these days.
Soon in the morning, when I go rolling in Jackson Town. Then soon in the morning, when I go rolling in Jackson Town. Downtown, I've been looking for my baby. That says she can't be found. Oh, baby, no matter sweet woman, you know she stays on my mind. My sweet woman, you know she stays on my mind.
Man, if I showed up in a little club in Ireland and this band was playing and I come in walking in the door hearing this, I'd stick around the rest of the night. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, buy yourself a nice pint while you're there.
Oh hell yeah. Hells yes.
Rock it out for that woman. Gonna sit down and drink my wine.
Kind of has the same rhythm, kind of cadence to it as I Drink Alone. Yeah, nobody else. I drink alone.
Who's that by?
George Thorogood.
Oh yeah. It
Yeah.
does sound similar to his stuff. It's like, you know, a little because George Thorogood was like very like Southern rock, but mixed with some blues in there.
Yeah.
Like I know one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's long as fuck, but it's still a good song.
I think we're getting some just instrumental here for the rest of the song. It appears.
Yeah. Seems like it. Oh, we can enjoy it. How about this? I found this EP on Discogs, and I'll give you the prices for what it goes for. At least in Canadian. Let's see.
In Canada?
Yeah, because I'm on like I get in Canadian here. There's not many copies. There's some that are depends where you're getting it from. Some so will be coming from Europe or Japan, whatever. The cheapest one I could find was about $38 Canadian, and that includes shipping.
For the CD?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, because it's only I think this came out. Yeah, it's only in CD format. Yeah, because it says mini album or a promo, or both. I think it was a promo copy where you get the CD.
I am digging-
called a mini album, like a maxi single.
Is it that little bitty CD?
I don't know. It says mini album, but I think it means just like I think it's another word for EP, maybe mini album,
Right on.
or like those maxi singles you'd get. Like it's like the single, like some artists release a single and there's like remixes or extended versions of the same song. Like Prince used to do that a lot in the 90s.
Yeah. I was digging that breakdown, though. I'll tell you, that was a fun little breakdown there. It kind of gives you the feeling of being there in a way, man. Like you can, I'm
This sounds really good for live, man. I really do feel like I'm there, honestly, listen to it.
I'm having an easy time visualizing this in my head.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Let me slow it down.
Gotta get a little bass solo in there.
Get some claps. Clap, clap, clap.
It's kind of reminded me a lot of those Dizzy Reed live clips we listened to that one time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He just tearing it up, baby.
Oh, yeah. Big outro. Bang those fucking drums.
Get it, son!
Ooh, nice little snare roll. Here we are.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Highway 49 is in the rear view mirror. And I am really anxious to get to this review here, our final thoughts portion. And so I'm not even going to play. I'm going to let Caputo go first because my old man bladder is kicking my ass. So while I go pee, Caputo is going to stall for time and do a review at the same time.
Well, I will do my damnedest because I'm also probably going to have to take a piss while you get your ass back here and get your review in. So this is pretty solid, though. I'm like, it's good because I don't think we've ever really heard this. Like hearing like the Juju Hounds live like this. It sounds like a pretty kick-ass show I'd want to go to be honest. There's not that many like bootlegs of their shows and whatnot, but this is pretty cool if you can like. I guess you could probably find this stuff on YouTube or get your own copy of the live EP, But this is pretty solid, man. It's a nice little blues cover. It's cool. And they're just jamming the fuck out of the stuff, man. It's pretty awesome, honestly. It does kind of remind me of like I guess Slash's Blues Ball, in a way. Slash was doing that whole I'm just gonna tour through a bunch of random places and just play a bunch of blues. It does, I guess, show where both their influences come from. Izzy was definitely influenced by blues as well. I mean, a lot of this stuff still sounds bluesy. The stuff we reviewed so far this month definitely has some of those vibes and influences as well. It's a pretty good track, pretty good live track, whatever. If I've listened to like the full sort of EP front to back, it's only like 4 or 5 tracks anyway, so it's more of like a sampler of what a live show would be like. But I give it at least a 3 out of 5. I think it's worth a listen. Definitely recommend it. So,
All right. Well, there you go. 3 out of 5. I feel very similar to the parts of that I heard. I've got to be honest, though, for me, I'm giving it a 5.
whoa, all right.
I dug this, man, and I would definitely listen to this again. So, yeah, man, my first fiver of the year. This was
I
great.
think that's the first Izzy fiver because he's gotten 4. I'm trying to look through the stats here.
Oh, is it?
Is that the first one he's gotten? 4 fours.
Maybe.
Actually, no, wait. Pressure Drop. You gave Pressure Drop from the Juju Hounds album a 5 out of 5.
So
So he's gotten second.
I guess I just like Juju Hounds better than just Izzy on his own.
Yeah, because I think only 1 or 2 tracks on that album got like low ratings. Everything else has been 3.5, 4s, 3s, and above.
Well, if you want to get into technicalities of the song, it's Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan with different words.
Oh, very similar, yeah.
But I dug it, man. It's bluesy. It's the good kind of blues, though, man. It's the kind of blues I like to
It's
listen
fun,
to.
man. It gets you fucking moving.
Yeah, I would love to have been at this particular show. And well, folks, we have gone way over tonight. We have
jam-packed edition of Guns and Radio, man. That's how we do.
We have given you plenty of show this week. So we got one last thing that we've got to take care of, and then we can bail. Shotcast is going to be a little late because I know, Chris, you said you got to take a little recess yourself. So,
yeah, I just gotta I gotta do my numero uno, and that's it.
Oh no, man, that was reaching critical mass. Like we was about to have my first piss myself on the show.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody wants that, least of all me. But shall we spin that wheel and find out what song we're doing next week?
Yeah, let's spin that wheel. I hope we're done with the month of Izzy, but we'll see.
Maybe.
I mean, I won't mind, but I like a different change in direction.
Apocalyptic Love. Come on.
Here before you, Izzy Stradlin.
Oh, Izzy continues. It looks like. All right.
Wait, what did we get?
Here Before You by Izzy Stradlin.
Oh, it didn't let me do the pause. Oh, well.
No problem. Yeah, so that's from his that's from the solo album he released literally a few years after he broke up the Juju Hounds. Yeah, it's from 117 Degrees.
Okay.
So far pretty highly rated songs from that album. So
okay, so we might be getting another good Izzy song next week.
I'm hoping so, man. We're chopping through most of that discography. We may have another full album episode coming up. Who knows?
Yeah, especially if it goes like this. Turns out I think the wheel's stuck.
Oh. All right. The wheels giving us Izzy on the main show. We're just gonna do all Duff on Shotcast. That's it.
And so by the time we get to like November, which
then all the GNR songs are gonna come up, and it's like, well,
oh man. So this is the point. If this was a game of roulette, it's time to bet on black, folks, because it's been black the past
this is literally since the first live episode of January, since probably January, was it the 6th or the 7th?
So this is the 5th Izzy song in a row.
Yeah, this is five.
Huh.
That's actually, we're gonna double check this. Hang on.
I don't know if we've ever had this many of one particular artist.
I think we had about 4. So let's see.
I knew we had 4 Izzy before, and I guess it's going to happen. The odds that it be Izzy are tremendous, considering he's got like 1,000.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then we did one on Shotcast this past weekend as well. Episode 169. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
We're talking about snow, which I don't know, depending on your meaning of it, could also be nice.
You never know. You never know.
So yeah, this is 5 in a row.
Yeah. And that's coming up next week. But for everybody else, head over to gunsandраdio.com, where you can not only get your free invite into our Discord and leave your thoughts on the song that we just reviewed, as well as participate in our fun little community that we've built over there. But you can also get an easy link to our Patreon, where for just $1 you can join us live in just a few moments. And later on tonight, probably I'd say give us about 15 minutes. And Shotcast Saturday will be live on Patreon, and then it'll become publicly available to everybody else, of course, in its normal Saturday time slot. So head over there. It only costs $1, and we're going to keep on going all through the night. We're making it an all-nighter, by God. No, we're not.
Fuck yeah. Well, not too late of a night, because I know we got places to be in the morning. So
this is going to be one of those shotcasts that we rush through. No, it's not. It's going to be great. It's going to be worth the $1 you pay.
Hell yeah.
See it live.
It's only $1. What the fucking don't be crying over spilled milk, bitches. Okay.
I know you guys pay more for that on your.
You
Coke
pay
habit.
more for your fucking Starbucks in the morning.
That's right, and your Coke habit. So
yes. Snow.
Gunsandradio.com, do all that good stuff. Just go over there and draw up the value of our website when we eventually sell it.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next week. And until then, I'm Dustin Bones.
And I'm Chris Caputo. Looks like our month of Izzy is turning into maybe a month and a half of Izzy. So we'll see you guys next week. More Izzy Stradlin reviews coming your way. Until you guys stay safe. Peace out. We'll see you on the next one.